And we're live, I think. There we go.
Hello.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to a slightly late version of Oops, All Barovians. And we're excited to bring you our game tonight, hopefully. I know I am. I have that same level of anxious and nervousness every time. Like I'm never prepared. It's one of my shticks.
Shticks.
Just as long as you're not a stick in the mud.
I'm not. All right, so does anyone want to tell me what they have learned in last session or since last session?
I have learned that there is a worker at the bakery who has it out for my life as a cat. And it is my solemn duty to ruin his life. That's it. That's all I
got. Val met two men at the bakery, Vasily and Horst from Orange Now. Am I saying that right?
Orschnau, like SH.
Yeah. Right. Orschnau.
I apologize to any Romanians in the audience if we're pronouncing it incorrectly. So.
Orschnau. Anyway, and that they are dealing with a family that only speaks Russian. They're looking for help on that. Val said she would ask around.
All right. Speaking of that, I have handouts for them. Ta-da! There is Horst and his pal Vasily. Are you unsatisfied, Keely?
No, they're okay. They're okay. To my standard.
All right, that's good.
I mean, the first one.
He looks a little Sean Beanish, but we can handle it.
Oh.
Well, you know, the better looking they are, the more likely they are to survive. That's how it works.
Oh, so he's gonna die.
But if they're too
good, but if they're too good looking, they get paid more. Then they get the axe sooner because they're getting paid too much. They got to lower the budget.
That's true. All right.
Anyway.
All right, go
on. Hannah learned that everyone thinks she's dead. That two of her house servants in her old family home have gone missing. And that her friend / her brother's, the person her brother was formerly betrothed to, has gone mad and has been essentially like put away from society. And those are the main things, yeah.
Just is not a fan of this town at all, and there's so many like responses she wants to have to things, but is like trying to not cause trouble, as well as she should not get caught because she's stunning who is not allowed in town, but she's there anyway, and it's just trying so hard. She bought catnip, has plans for the catnip. Was very tempted to try and give Catlina some catnip after a little fiasco in the bakery, and then Hannah's disposition towards the animal acting out made her go, we're just gonna not push it for now.
For now.
Why don't we clarify for our friends what happened in the bakery?
Well, I walk in, an innocent being as a cat. An innocent cat, black cat with white.
Mm-hmm.
And the baker worker goes, lazy cat, why aren't you catching the mice? And like earn your keep. And I looked at him, I went, you know, like cats do when they want to give you attitude, right? And then he came at me with a broom. He was gonna assault me. So, as a person and a cat, I needed to protect myself. And so I climbed some shelves to get away from him. And then I shook my butt at him, and he got all pissy about it. And on the way out, I knocked shit off the shelves and I left.
Uh-huh.
So I am obviously the innocent party in this story, Judge.
So from Hannah's perspective, she sees Lelena up to no good going into this bakery as a cat in a very superstitious town, and then comes out with a piece of bread in her mouth after some commotion and proudly walks up to them as if nothing had gone down. Of course, she's mad because what if the owner had followed her out back to the group of very clearly outsiders, and store owners are more inclined to recognize her as they probably recognize most people in town, and her father's position in the town. So she scolded her.
In my defense, if they would have hit me with the broom and taken down my hit points, they would have always been superstitious of cats after that.
It's almost like you shouldn't have gone in to begin with.
Oh man. Starting this off right.
I mean, I would say most stores don't just let cats walk in and are happy about it.
Well,
But that's just my perspective.
Yeah.
This is fair.
I'm not.
I don't know what
giving
kind of
you
stores Lena's been to.
Not many. Let me tell you. That one, actually.
shit. No, you're totally fine to whatever Lelena would do.
God.
Regular Lelena would not have done it. Cat Lena, she's a little
I'm
feisty.
gonna say also there was Hannah and Astrid had a conversation that there were not a lot of answers given, but there was a promise of later when we're out of the town that requires us to be happy at all times, because Hannah asked a question about, like, I don't remember exactly how it was phrased, but something along that stuff, like, well, I mean, you left you're gone from your family, and that must be hard. And Astrid just got hit by all of the flood again of what she's been processing, and some aspects of it that still hadn't actually hit her, and had a moment of like mini panic attack of just, oh gosh, okay, later we will dive into this at a different time. And is sad that it's storming when she's in the town because she wants to get outside the town so she can dance, because it's raining and it's storming and it's awesome and people here are poopy heads.
All right, great. So let's pick up there.
Mm-hmm.
That's a reasonable description of the central citizen of Milwaukee, so I'm okay with that.
They're poopy heads.
Mm-hmm.
Will we get thrown in the stocks if we call them poopy heads?
Probably.
Oh man, it is a curse word, darn it.
What?
Like when you're little and you're told, you call someone stupid and they're like, that's not a very nice word, it's just stupid, it could be this word. Anyway, I don't know what mood I'm in. It's an interesting one.
Yeah.
Here we go.
By the way, I should mention that that the Milwaukee Health Department is not that strict about allowing animals in and around everything. So
Fair.
Good to know.
That's
Sure, I just didn't think the shop owner
For now.
For now.
We come back.
You're going to change that, I think.
And honestly,
Don't worry.
anyone, if you sneeze too loud, Hannah's reaction is going to be like, don't do that. You're going to draw attention to me. So.
Oh boy. Get a disguise kit.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
All right. So we're going to pick up from there. I believe you guys had another destination you wanted to sit in town before you made your way out of town.
Yeah, I think we were gonna go to the toy store.
Yep.
How exciting.
Toys.
All right. All right. So, oh yeah, there's a description of that. Cool. This store is it's pretty near it's like halfway between uh, uh, the inn and Hannah's family mansion, which she's trying to avoid. But I'm not telling you shouldn't go. By the way, I'm just saying where it is. Um, This cramped shop has a dark entrance portico, above which hangs a wooden sign shaped like a rocking horse, with a bee engraved on both sides. Flanking the entrance are two arched lead-framed windows. Through the dirty glass, you see jumbled displays of toys and hanging placards bearing the slogan, "Is no fun, is no Blinsky."
So Hana would lead them up to the shop and just be like, "Here it is, Val. I think I should probably stay outside with Bo, but you can go in and take a look."
Okay. Does anyone want to come with me? Or
I'm
I'm
flying
Rocco.
at the door.
Don't let into any more stories.
I mean, Val opens the door.
Okay. There. Oh, I gotta fix that first. I'm going to show you a picture of Mr. Blinsky.
Is it hot?
No.
No.
I wouldn't assume so, the creepy toy store.
Hope not.
Hana did mention he is nice, though.
Mhm.
I like his monkey.
Okay, not so creepy. Is a monkey?
Oh shit, that monkey is gonna.
Anyway, he's adorable.
So, when you
Fucking-
go, when you walk in, he immediately looks up and he says, "Hopefully this will work." Play.
That monkey has a tutu.
It does have a tutu. Why is this not
I wish I
responding
could
to
see
my
the
click?
monkey.
Can you not see the
Picturing
monkey?
Emmerich like walking
The monkey
over
was
and
in
the
just
picture.
staring at the monkey, just
Yeah.
like
Hana
Yeah.
staying
Oh, you
outside.
mean okay?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well,
I could go in if you want me to go in, but
it's okay. Oh, that's why it didn't work. I didn't press the right thing. I'll leave you in suspense for this.
oh,
So creepy.
not a
Welcome to the house of Blinsky, where happiness and smiles can be bought and bargains.
Well, that was a happy copy.
Is the door still open or like on its way to closing?
It's open.
I leave. I'm not staying in here. Put that music away.
All right. Well, that was not as clear as I hoped it would be. So,
I thought it
Still
was
creepy.
fine. Yeah.
Yeah, it was sounded fine.
I think Astrid's going
Please
to
don't play it again.
okay.
watch everyone else go inside,
Mhm.
wait a second, look at Hana, see Lilina come back out, and then gets the better of her and she goes inside.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And
Hana
so-
does not. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
Yeah, she does not seem to think this place is creepy at all. Like it's just a very normal toy shop to her.
Mhm. So, to clarify what he said in his little jingle is, "Welcome, friends, to the House of Blinsky, where happiness and smiles can be bought at a bargain prices. Perhaps you know a little child in need of joy, a little toy for a girl or boy." All right.
Val claps.
He is just ecstatic that you clapped. He is so happy. And
The couple claps at Emmerich.
yeah, and he says, "Oh well, thank you. I've never had anybody clap for me before." And at
Yes.
that, the little monkey claps too.
What is that?
Oh,
It's,
that's Piccolo. He's my friend.
he's really cute.
Thank you. I just got him relatively recently, and it was very helpful because he goes to the top of the high shelves, and he gets things down, so I do not need to bring out the ladder. It is very nice.
Where did you get him?
Oh, the pointy-eared man who's staying at the inn, he they would not let him keep his little friend. His name is Piccolo. They would not let him keep him in the inn, so he gave him to me, which I thought was very nice.
That was very nice.
I gave him a free toy.
Pointy-eared man. Is he still
Oh
there?
yes, he's a stranger from out, as far as I know.
That's interesting. What's his name?
Oh, what was it? Oh, it was a Rick something.
Rick something. Okay. Well, thank you.
You're
Is that
welcome.
Is that in any way ringing any bells with Astrid?
No.
Okay.
I guess Val will go over and look at the toys.
Okay. That calls for another handout. With your list of items to purchase.
Yay.
Of course, I would have to correctly... Sorry, it's going slow for me today, which Roll20 is.
Yeah.
All right, try it again. Okay. Here I have a list of my toys for sale. Take all the best ones that you like. I am happy. I will negotiate for both purchases. He laughs.
Ooh, a stuffed wolf, huh? Oh, you could get a fake Strahd. Wait, do I notice the doll that looks
Yes.
like
Yeah.
okay? Yeah. Hey, Emmerich. Look, it's you.
Which one? Wait, which doll?
The one that says
Why?
Isaac's friend. Oh, you do look like a person. That one is not for sale, though. That is for Isaac. Isaac does not like if I sell his toys.
Who's Isaac?
The town guard captain. He has me make his toys all the time, and he does not burn down my shop. It's a wonderful deal we have, the two of us.
Oh, Astrid's trying so hard to just look at the toys, not look at the shopkeeper, and not make faces, and it's hard.
That doesn't sound like a good deal.
Well, it is better than the alternative. You can understand.
Yeah, that's true.
When did he want you to make this?
Oh, he has me make them every week. Well, not every week, but most weeks.
When did you make this one specifically?
Oh, about a week ago, before the festival.
Emmerich's very upset. He's gonna walk and look at other toys.
Mm-hmm. It is funny that he looks just like you, though. Yes.
It's kind of uncanny. Are they so? Are these names under the toys, or
yes? Yeah.
Right. I mean, she would definitely pick up the Sergeant Gwillem one.
Mm-hmm.
Since
Yeah.
Astrid will pick up the Vistani fortune teller.
Mm-hmm.
How caricaturesque does it look?
It's extraordinarily characteristic. But then everything here is. To be fair, it's a character. Like the Strahd is a character of Strahd. It's all everything is exaggerated. So,
And is it?
but yeah.
Well, she's looking at it. Is it exaggerated in a just cartoonish way, or in a villainous way?
Oh, in a
or
cartoonish way.
Okay.
She has
She's
a little
gonna-
crystal ball that she's looking at. But yeah.
Are the prices on the shelf, or does she have to ask?
They have to ask.
She's just gonna look at him, crook an eyebrow, and hold it up, and not say anything, and just body language try to ask him.
He says, that is a 9 electrum pieces. It is clockwork. It does a little thing when you turn it around, and it tells you your fortune.
I forget how much is electrum.
It's the same as silver, effectively.
Same as silver. Okay.
Here, yeah.
She will just nod thoughtfully, pull out the 9, hand it to him, and leave the store.
Okay.
And then put that in her pouch as she heads out.
That is the first sale I've had in 2 weeks. I'm so excited.
Well, Val is very excited about these toys.
Rick's gonna stop by the story lantern, and he's just gonna kind of like, I guess, mess with it a little bit, but not like in a way that would break it. Hopefully,
yeah.
And he's gonna go. I had one of these.
Did you? That just when? Was it one that I made?
My mother got it when I was small, so I don't know where she got it.
Oh, I've made them before. They're very popular.
Merc was ever small.
I presume anyone was.
Emmerich was never small. He was just once a wee lad.
Wee lad.
A wee bibs.
He kind of like plays it like so it'll like spin into a little bit of the tune, but then he'll leave it alone so it's not to like annoy anyone else.
Yeah.
And he does go back to the Emmerich doll, and he picks it up, and he's just looking at it like, why?
Is the mask detachable?
Yes.
He's gonna turn away and like pull it down.
Okay, I'm gonna DM you.
Crap.
Astra's not in there, so she's like she took her thing and left. But
all right.
She's gonna walk out, looking very, very thoughtfully at the thing, and then put it in her pouch when she gets outside.
He's gonna turn to the shopkeeper and be like, "Can I please buy this?"
I'm sorry, it's not for sale. It's for Isaac. When he comes, and he will be very unhappy if it's gone.
When is he coming?
I do never know when he comes. Whenever he feels like it. Sometimes he shows up. Sometimes he's angry. Sometimes he is sad. If you've ever seen Isaac sad, it's very, very troubling.
Do you know what he does with these?
No, I assume he plays with them. Is that what the doll is for?
It's just a little odd for a grown man to get a lot of dolls that look horrifically like real people.
I agree that is very weird, but I'd never seen you before. It is described to me, but I find it best to not ask too many questions.
His face does like drain of color when he realizes someone had to describe what was on this doll to him, and he's kind of like locks eyes with the guy. It's like, how much gold? I will give you everything I have right now for this doll.
I make you one too. I make you another one.
No, I need this one.
No, he will kill me, you know. And I cannot do that. I mean, your gold is nice, but he uses my life. He will kill me. And
He's
we're done
gonna
the
look
shop.
over to Val like, help me.
How many of these dolls have you made, Mr. Blinsky?
You mean over the years?
Yeah, that look like Emmerich.
I call them Emmerich dolls from now on then. Yes? No?
No, don't do that.
Okay.
No. Do they all look like this?
No,
or are they
not,
different every time?
No, they were different when he was little and asked for them. And then they are now. They get bigger. Before they were small.
So
They used to have a tail. But didn't
Are they
stop
all
asking for the tail.
are they all the same? You know, like
Well,
the mask comes off and everything?
Well, they didn't always have the mask, but he
Emmerich's
described it to
shaking.
me. Yeah.
Emmerich,
Where's Isaac?
so Valentina kind of goes over to Emmerich and puts her hand on his shoulder if he lets her. And
He's definitely gripping this doll way too tight.
And says kind of in an undertone, I think the harm's already done. Taking this one isn't going to make a difference. I know you're trying
I
to...
need to know who the hell Isaac is.
Maybe our friend outside will know.
He is the captain of the guard. You'll find him. He's walking around.
Oh, he's one of the guards.
No, he's the captain of the guard.
Captain of the guards. All
Yes.
right.
Why does the captain of the guard...
You will recognize him. He is a very big man with the fish stick. He has that hand that is all red and goose, and he yells at people.
Oh, sounds wonderful.
So
he keeps the order. Baron is very fond of him.
Emmerich is gonna hand the doll over to Blinsky or whatever. And be like, I need some air. And walks out.
He looks at Val and he says, that's very strange.
I think I would. Wouldn't you be upset if you came into a store and randomly found yourself in doll form?
I would be happy if it made the children happy.
Okay. But the story behind the dolls, it's a little strange. Don't you agree, sir?
Like I say, I thought there's too many questions. I just try to make the choice to make the children happy.
Okay, well, I would like to purchase some toys.
Oh, yes. I give you a discount because your friend distressed.
Oh, yeah, that would be wonderful.
Distressed.
So she has how big is the stuffed wolf?
Like this big.
Oh, that's gonna be a pain in the ass to carry around, bro. How big is the Gwillem figure?
That's like a regular toy soldier size.
Okay, she'll get that.
Okay.
And then how big is the Strahd?
It's a hand puppet. So.
Okay, because that's hilarious, and I'm gonna try to get that too.
All right.
Spending all of your gold.
Okay, he will give you 20% off.
Okay. So 9 Electrum, that's what, 20% off? Gotta do math in my head here.
It looks kind of like this, only bigger.
I have to get that. I'm sorry, guys.
Oh my god.
Alright, so
Emmerich was like, hey, we're going to a toy shop. This will be fun.
This toy will be so much funnier when you know more about Lilina. Just say.
So it would be what, 8 Electrum, 8 copper with the 20% off?
Just the 8 Electrum is fine. Just give me
okay, yeah. So she'll hand that over.
Oh, thank you very much. It's very nice.
Yeah. Oh, well, my last name is Gwillem, so just the name on this one.
I am told the name from a very famous soldier from back in the long time ago. Yes, That is where the name comes from. I've been told the story of him. Very brave.
Could you tell me the story?
He gives a vague story about an honorable soldier who did his duty and stood by uh, 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 the he stood by his leadership at all costs, basically. And though he never says the devil's name or anything like that. So he doesn't even say the devil. He doesn't even mention who this particular Gwillem may have served.
Yeah, I think Val knows, though.
Yeah.
She was just curious if he knew that was Terrell.
Well, if he does know, he didn't say it. But that may be because, you don't talk about the guy here, too.
Yeah. All right, she'll happily leave with her purchases.
Okay, thank you very much. Come back again anytime. I'm
Thank
very happy
you.
to see you. Tell your friend I hope you feel better.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh.
So
This
when
whole-
Emmerich
Oh,
walked
sorry.
out, he immediately went over to Astrid and got her like by the shoulder and was like, "There's a doll of me in there.
What?
There's a little me, and apparently there have been a lot of other little me's."
Little,
What?
little yous? Let me see.
He said, "There. I'm not going back in there. Why does he have dolls of me? Ooh, no, sorry. Start over. There's someone asking for dolls of me."
Oh, her face just goes.
It's the captain of the guard, Isaac. And apparently, from what I heard, he's been having dolls of me since I was little, and he was little.
How accurate is it?
Very accurate.
Emmerich? You said the captain of the guards?
Isaac?
Oh, that is, my older brother.
What do you mean?
I'm so sorry. I don't like him either. He terrifies me. He scares me worse than my father.
Have you seen little toys
I
of-
have it.
of Emmerich?
Derek, have I seen these little toys?
No, you have not. He never lived with you.
Okay.
He always was in a different house. So, because,
Okay, yeah.
not really related, just adopted.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry for my outburst.
Yeah, the toy looks just like Emmerich. I mean,
Emmerich is literally shaking like a leaf right now.
I think we better leave town and
Cat-
discuss a lot of
Catelyn is
things.
just like, yes.
yeah. It is concerning, though. Has your brother ever mentioned someone like Emmerich before?
We're not close. He doesn't even live with, or he didn't even live with me. I just know he works really closely with my father.
All right. And Astrid's going to just start walking towards whatever direction is the exit to town, because we got things we got to discuss and we got reactions we got to be able to have, and we cannot have that in this
He's gonna ignore Astrid for a hot second and turn to Anna and be like, "Where is he?"
Emmerich, you can't talk to him. He will literally kill you. Like he's not a good man.
I need to know why and how.
Emmerich doing that, Lelina will turn around after following Astrid and goes,
Emmerich, I'm very afraid for you, and I don't even know if he would be home. He is always out and about. He's not a good man, and he's the first person who's gonna question you and do who knows what.
Well, it doesn't matter if he questions me. He already knows.
Astrid's gonna stop about like a block away and just wait and watch and see what they're doing.
I'm gonna kind of look over at Val first, see what her reaction is.
She's like looking at her little puppet now. She goes,
She's distracted.
I think the damage has already been done. It sounds like this is an agreement between Blinsky and your brother, and that they're the only two that know about everything. Which I know that's not comforting, but that's better than the entire town knowing. I don't know what confronting him will do for you, Emmerich, but if that's what you want to do, I will be here for you.
I just want to know why.
Is your tone like really confrontational or angry at Hannah?
No, it's scared.
Okay.
Which is kind of hard to tell with Emmerich, but like the fact he's shaking and he's definitely got like wide-eyed and stuff. He's not angry, he's scared.
It's going to, seeing that they don't come back, walk back over and say, we need to talk, and we need to talk out of this town. And if we need to come back, we can. We were already planning on coming back anyway.
Lelina's right behind her and sits down in front of Emmerich and looks up and goes, meow.
He's looking at Astrid and then just goes,
Meow.
Any decision that we make right now will be made rash and without intelligence and understanding, with someone who needs to not be recognized by him for other reasons. We need to talk and we need to leave, and if we're going to respond and have reactions and actually it needs to not be here, especially when he's the one that would know if we did any disturbance.
you're right. I'm sorry.
I'm really sorry, Emmerich. I really don't know why he would be doing this. I just know I'm not trying to protect him. I'm trying to protect you and myself here too. I will show you where he lives or where he's usually posted at when we come back. Okay. But I have to get to Kretsk, and I have to, help my friend. And
he'll just nod.
Okay.
But he's looking away at this point, and he's definitely doing some processing of his own now.
Yeah.
So
Astrid's going to try and gently just turn him and like grab like lightly the back of his upper arm and just like move him if he doesn't move on his own, and just
he goes. He
and then once he's moving, she'll drop it and just again start walking towards the gate.
Yeah.
Catlina gives out a very heavy sigh and follows.
I think we literally, unless anyone objects, I think we leave the town and start walking towards Kretsk.
When you leave the town, the guard at the gate says, "Have a great day."
You too.
Just nods towards them, just
eternal screaming.
Once we get far enough away from the gate, I turn back to Lelina And I look at Emmerich and I go, there are so many awful reasons why he would have that doll of you beyond just being weird. There are magics at play that could have something to do with having dolls of you.
But why him?
And why
That's a
for
great
years?
question, but if there is magic involved, you don't want to mess with it. That is some bad juju, so to say.
And you know,
Alina, I
You don't
Keely can't come up with the
understand.
word.
Okay, just a second, guys. I want to apologize for everybody who's watching that I left those handouts up forever. Not that they were moving or anything, but I apologize. Okay, go on.
And Emmerich's
You're
gonna
right.
like
I
butt
don't
in and be like,
understand.
you don't understand.
You're right. I
He
don't.
knows everything.
And I know what he could be using those dolls for.
but I don't.
Does he have any connection with magic?
Yeah, probably. He's not normal. His arm is monstrous, I guess is a good way to put it. He was found in the woods by my father. So he's not quite my brother, but he's adopted.
Brother.
Mm-hmm. But we have to seem like a cohesive family and
Happy.
happy.
Astrid rolls her eyes at that. Just
What? Derek, I said in our little private chat that I was going to ask, what is like the baby level of what he could be doing with these dolls?
Curses would be the first thing that you would think of. To be honest, that might be something that Astrid might think of too. But I wouldn't say any specific spells per se, but more like rituals that aren't written specifically in the game. So let your imagination run wild is what I'm trying to say.
Some things that Lalina might know about.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, you don't want to mess with this. Trust me. He can do almost anything to you.
But why me?
That's a great question. That
And how
you should probably ask him when you're ready to ask him.
And he's been having them since
if you go poking
was
around
young.
asking questions, being unprepared, you won't ever know.
Especially not about Isaac. His men are everywhere. I've never really known anyone to go up against him, and I'm very scared about what would happen if you start asking him these questions. I'm not saying you shouldn't, because I understand. It sounds like it's implying that he knows some things about you through that. Does it have to do with this?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm so sorry. I don't know. He's so scary. He's a scary man, Emmerich.
Is he more of a brute, or is he also intelligent?
He is 100% brute. That's what Anna knows, yes.
And a brute with that kind of magic is not great.
type of power either.
It's okay to wonder and it's okay to ask, but it's not okay to ask the source without being ready.
I'll need an escape plan if things go bad. And
whatever we do will blow our cover in Vallaki forever.
Astrid's gonna like turn away and like pull down the hood, shake out her hair, and just turn up if it's still raining, and just like,
oh yes, it's still raining,
and then just release into the sky, and then all right, now what?
we keep going and we keep talking, especially after that, because who knows who is on these roads right now. So
I stabbed my foot. She just starts walking. somebody wants to know what happened. She stabbed her foot accidentally and screamed in frustration and pain.
Could have just tripped. Stabbing your foot seems.
Just tripping isn't gonna lead to a
Well, you trip and
It
fall
does
and
from
hurt yourself.
Keely.
like an but no, hers was like think Aragorn Viggo Mortensen breaking his toe.
Oh God, yeah.
Like that's the type of yell that she just released and was like, yeah, no, didn't just trip and fall, but it's fine. No one currently sees anything. I'm just gonna keep moving and
Yep. So Emmerich's gonna go quiet and just continue walking.
I think she's gonna specifically try and fall in line with Emmerich and just put a hand on his shoulder and just quiet support, because there's nothing she can add and there's nothing that she can offer to help with. She's not exactly, extremely cunning with everything. So she's not like, here's a brilliant idea of what we can do. It's just like, yep.
And there's like definitely a tremble that you can only really notice because your hand's on him as they keep going.
Alina's gonna bring up the rear. And make sure everybody's moving. Everybody keeps going. Everybody keep going.
Awoo.
Hannah's gonna internalize everything and just blame herself.
So, a normal day. Like a normal day for Hannah.
Like for a
It
normal
had
day.
nothing to do with Hannah. She wasn't even in there.
Matter.
Oh gosh, the coping skills of Hannah need some adjustment.
Oh, absolutely. Something other than wine? Yeah, no.
I don't know. Wine's a pretty good coping skill. I'm just saying.
Effective, it's not necessarily good.
You do not
It's
promote
fine.
alcoholism on this stream.
Drink responsibly.
Sorry, I just redid some character art for my first ever TTRPG character, and he was in fact an alcoholic as his coping mechanism.
Topical.
So
It's a very real one, and it's a very again effective, but not long term.
yeah, no, not absolutely.
But
Anyways.
Let's go.
And I think after a little bit, Astrid will specifically try and move ahead, kind of the way that she had before, but not for the same just gonna ignore that reason, but more of an actual trying to.
Yeah.
I'll actually be right back just 1 minute.
Okay.
And we go. We move on. We ride. Well, I mean, only one of us is a horse.
I could be a horse, but I don't want to be.
Would you be the one to carry Emmerich?
No.
Exactly.
I'm
Both
gonna
big.
move everybody's tokens down here. While we're waiting.
Yeah, definitely that. Yeah, nothing's gonna, can't wait to see what really gets to Emmerich.
And then immediately.
Yeah.
That
I
was
put it in
planned
the
because
chat.
it was
It's
part of the handout.
Just before stream, you were like, I don't know what would set Emmerich off if there's anything.
I don't think there really is anything that would
No, except
set him
finding
off.
a toy version of yourself in a random toy store.
That is extremely accurate.
Yeah.
And apparently has been for years.
I'm just, for Emmerich's sake, I am glad that the people that were in the shop at the time of the revelation, was at least one person that has seen or knows that there's something going on. Because Astrid had already left, but I think we'd said before that Val at least is aware of something going on.
I think we all are at this point.
Yeah, I mean, Val sort of saw it, but turned away.
Astrid's the only one that, has been shown specifically what's going on. But she will, after a little bit. So with walking towards Kresk, actually. Kresk?
Kretsk.
Kretsk.
Yeah.
Different one. Okay.
Yeah.
Like
The third
TSK.
pronunciation.
Yeah.
Is that
Don't add many vowels. It's in the Balkans area. So
remind me, are we walking like adjacent to the Vistani camp or
yeah, you walk past
complete
it
opposite?
if you want to.
She's going to, after getting a little bit ahead of everyone, which side are the elf huts?
They circled the bottom of it.
Okay. Her friend's hut.
It's I would say it's about halfway in the circle around the.
Is it on the same side as her, or is it on the opposite side of my cat? I need you to move.
So it's. I'm not gonna look at a map. This is not me complaining, by the way. I'm just.
She's going to pull out the toy, like get probably like 100 feet ahead, pull out the Vistani woman, write a very brief note, and then I'll tell you where she leaves it, maybe. If
I'm
you
gonna do that at break.
depending on where things are. My honey, I need you to. This cat, he's
Okay.
so cute.
I
he wants to be
assume
right here.
that you're doing this not to be seen by anybody, correct?
Depends.
Okay. So it's the trail comes in from kind of the northwest of the camp, and it's the second house to the right. So like right down below the top of the hill. So like if you're coming in from the northwest, yeah.
Okay. She's going to kind of like try and actually make like visual contact with Lelina probably, and just kind of do a gesture. Try and sneak, not hiding from the party necessarily, but hiding from the encampment. And my cat, if you eat that plastic, homeboy, he's letting me know it's time for wet food, so he's gonna go rip at the trash bag anyway. Because I respond. So she's going to try and sneak up to that house and leave the Vistani woman and the note, and I will write out the note for you at another time and give it to you.
Okay.
And put it just right up against the door, and then try and sneak back out and meet up with the rest of them, or wait for the rest of them on the path and go.
I would like you to give me a stealth check and a perception check.
Yep. I hoping it would just be like, yeah, great, you do it, but nope. Okay. 1 or 2 stealth rolls.
Just 1 stealth roll is fine.
What's her stealth? That's not horrible. Well, we'll see. 23!
That's pretty good. And give me a perception roll.
Okay. 10.
Okay. There's a lot of activity up at the top of the hill, but you don't really know what exactly is going on. But it's not a normal lazy day. Something's going on. There's you have no problem leaving the toy.
Okay. And then she'll meet them back out on the road and just wait for them to catch up, or they probably did catch up in that amount of time.
So that nobody starts to worry. I just tell them that this is Astrid's camp. Our family's here, so she'll be back in a minute.
But she definitely, from your guys' perspective, isn't just like, hold on, and then walks towards the camp and then goes up. She very specifically is like, hold on, and then stealth and crouch and hide and thing, and then back, and then continues walking.
All right. A few a mile or so outside of Valaki, you reach a bridge over the River Luna, um, and just beyond it is a crossroads, which I shall read you the description of. The road comes to an X intersection with branches to the northwest, northeast, southwest, and southeast. The lower half of a snapped wooden signpost thrusts upward at an angle near the eastern elbow of this intersection. The top half of the sign, featuring arms pointed in 4 directions, lies in the weeds nearby. By the way, the signpost was not snapped in half. The sign you went through here a couple days ago, Hannah.
Okay.
Alina looks to the path to the south and goes, I don't think Kresk is that way.
It's actually it's to the southwest from here. Yeah. But I know what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to pull up a map.
Okay.
Yeah.
I go to the signpost and I find the broken bit.
Mm-hmm.
And I stick it in the ground a little and I point it to where I know Berez is. Mm-hmm. And then everything else should kind of make sense from there.
Sure. So
Astrid,
then it's... Go ahead.
Is Astrid familiar with the direction of Kresk?
Yeah, it's generally west of here. Okay. Though the road takes a little southern dip, there's also a little trail to the northwest that you could use to go that way too. But the main road goes to southwest, and the arms of the signpost, by the way, say to the southwest says Kresk and Solenka Pass, and Lake Baratok to the northwest. Valaki and Ravenloft to the northeast, and Berez to the southeast.
She's just gonna follow the southwest.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That seems wise. All right.
Okay. Yeah.
All right, you've got another an hour or so of discussion until you reach the next river crossing, if you want to. I don't
know how
Alina's good.
To be right now.
Well, y'all said you were going to talk when you came out, so I just wanted to make sure you had time.
It was basically just a cool Emmerich off.
Mm-hmm.
It's also in terms of Emmerich's situation. Oh my god, you were so cute, but no. Sorry, I apologize. How much attention my cat is drawing, even just for me. She wanted any reaction he was going to have to be already out of the city so that he didn't do a rash run after and immediately go find the captain of the guard and now we're in a fight in town. Right. Okay. And, potentially plan. But then also she's kind of waiting to see if Hannah does ask questions or not, or she's wanting that conversation later in terms of what had happened on the text RP. But I think we're all pretty distracted and preoccupied.
Yeah, Hannah's not going to ask anything. She was just kind of in passing when Astrid was walking with her to the stables, was just saying my family was not great, and it was still hard for me to leave my family, so you leaving your family who loved you and was close to you must have been a lot harder. It was more like a gesture of just empathy rather than wanting to pry. She's not really actually all that interested in talking about feelings, but
we'll go figure.
People right. We'll still give people the space to if she thinks that's something that they need. So she's good. She's not going to bring it up.
Astrid definitely seems preoccupied and distracted.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Every so often just looking back at where her family's camp is. And then after probably about going 10 minutes out, she'll finally stop, straighten shoulders, look forward, and just go and not look back anymore.
After we get past a certain point on this road, Lelina becomes a bit more perceptive and is not interested in talking. She's more interested in just watching our surroundings.
Val will actually ask Hannah, what can you tell us about Krez? You've lived there for a while.
Well, it's a lovely little town. It doesn't have a very good reputation in Valaki, but I like that every community member seems to contribute to the livelihoods of people around them. Everyone, even the Baron and Baroness, work to bring in food and resources and things like that, and it's a very equal place. I quite like it. They are quite I don't really like a whole lot of outsiders, but at least they're not like hostile to as people in Valaki are.
Will they let us in because we're with you, or do you think?
I'm sure they would. Yeah.
Okay.
So what is it that we are trying to accomplish in Kresk?
So the wedding dress, Lelena kindly stole for me.
Borrowed.
Is no, we're stealing it. I'm not going
You
back.
stole it.
Okay, you borrowed it
I
for me
borrowed
to
it.
steal. Got it. Is actually my mother's dress, which I know sounds cold, but wedding dresses can take weeks to make, and Abbott came to the Baron and Baroness and offered to bring back their son if and one of the conditions was that he needed a wedding dress in order to do this. So that is why I needed it.
You needed a wedding dress to bring back their son?
I question it too, but they're desperate.
Do they know if this is a bargaining piece for a different trade, or if this is for the power to work?
I would think it's a bargaining piece, but I'm not very familiar with this kind of magic, so.
Do I know any weird shit that might need a wedding dress for it?
No, that's not common in Druidic circles.
Yeah. But dolls that look like Emmerich are.
You know.
Sure.
Are we sure this abbot isn't a charlatan?
A wascally abbot?
I don't know, but
Did you really?
Michael gave me that joke last night. Yeah. Anyway.
You've been just waiting for it, haven't you? You're like, when can I say this? Right.
I know an abbot lives in Kresk.
Oh goodness.
But what I do know is that if he is brought back and he is who he was formerly, it would be just a tremendous blessing for this family, and myself even. So I would really like to do this if I can see this happen.
This is a friend of yours?
Mm-hmm. Yep. He's the son of the Baron and Baroness. And they were very, very kind to me. They brought me in when I had nowhere else to go. And I even lied when I first came in there. I said I was fleeing a terrible domestic situation, which wasn't too far from the truth. But even upon when I told them who my family actually was, they still were happy to help me, and they gave me a home and helped teach me how to, live for myself and do things that commoners would do that I just had no experience doing because of my upbringing.
How long have you been with them?
About 6 months.
I had a question ran right out of my head. Oh,
You-
how did he die?
He came down with a cough, and he just, as healthy and as strong as he was, it claimed him. Not long ago.
Was the abbot there when this happened?
The abbot's always been around, but no one really sees or talks to him. He comes and occasionally asks for wine, and then disappears.
It just seems strange to me that someone who claims they can bring back someone from the dead wouldn't be able to cure a cough.
I agree. But I trust that the people around him know more about this than I do. So
Maybe that's why he can bring people back from the dead, because it can't cure cough.
Or maybe it's not quite the bring back that we're all expecting.
I don't know. I'm just trying to hope for the best. And I've already made a promise that I would do this for them. It's one of the few things they've asked me to do.
I know this sounds hypocritical coming from me, but it very likely will go wrong. So
we don't know that, and
that's fair.
This is what I've been asked to do, and I'm going to do it. He is my friend, and if there is even the slightest chance that he is coming back, then I'm going to do that for him.
That's not what I wasn't convincing you not to. I'm telling you that if it goes wrong, we should do something.
I know.
I'm not going to talk you out of it. You're a grown woman. You can do whatever you want. I don't care. But if you doing what you want causes harm, then we should probably fix it too.
That will be up to his parents. If you don't like it, you don't have you're probably not even going to be there for it. So just
You're not going to stay and watch and wait.
It seems kind of intimate, don't you think?
I'm curious. I would like to see it.
It's not about curiosity, it's about respect. No offense.
It's not a spectacle.
Yeah.
Aren't you curious to see how it works?
I say we don't leave town. We don't have to watch. I don't think we should leave town until we know it's okay to leave.
I agree. Yes, you can stay in. I don't think we should separate anyways, given our circumstances. But yes, you can be nearby if something unspeakable happens, but it's not a spectacle.
What a happy walk out of character. We're so happy. We're so happy together. We're besties.
Absolutely.
No conflicts here.
She's taking solace in the rain, but she's not dancing.
I mean, we're all in agreement. It's just she's defensive, so
yeah,
understandably so.
Oh, Val's watching. You're not gonna get her not to.
Alina can be not a fly because she can't fly yet, but she could be a spider on the wall.
It's a violation of privacy up in there.
Jesus. Does Astrid know of any sort of thinking less magical and more like medicinal means of killing someone by cough or causing that rather than being a natural thing?
Plague blankets, that's pretty
That's
you
super
give
contagious though.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
or
good old-fashioned curse.
There's probably a poison out there that causes
probably
coughs.
That's exactly what you're asking, and I'm sorry. Yeah, there's probably some out there. Not intimately familiar with them, though. I should say that Hannah would know it was going around in the town.
Maybe it was a plague blanket.
Maybe
one everybody shared,
but it's not that he was targeted.
as far as she knows.
Does
Give
Val
it-
ever pull out the Strahd puppet?
God.
It's raining out. No, she doesn't want to ruin it.
Dude, when you pulled out that puppet, I lost it. I was muted, but like I had to bend. I was hacking my lungs out over here from how hard I was laughing. That was ridiculous, and I apologize for the car
Okay.
horn that is blowing off.
You guys want to see the other ones?
Yes.
Okay. Well, here's the werewolf.
Oh my god. It's so cute.
Is this from the Beatles and Grimm?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. This is I think this is a ghost priest.
Okay.
Is that the chaplain that we met?
Yes.
No, it's actually a little later.
She would not be a priest.
Mhm. Let's see.
Oh, whoever's car that is needs to stop.
This
Can
one
you
doesn't
guys
have a
hear
little
that?
finger.
'Cause it's
This
loud
is
on
the
my end.
this is the
Yeah.
the
Yeah, we can hear it.
faceless bride.
Oh no.
Oh look, it's Astrid.
Oh,
The
And
vampire's Emmerich.
and then there's the jester, the dead jester.
Oh.
Ha 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 ha.
Dead
Look,
gesture.
it's
Dead
Elena.
laughter. Dead laughter sounds a lot like I don't know.
Okay,
To be
I'm gonna
fair,
give myself a
she's
minute.
dead
I don't
inside,
want
laughing on the outside.
I hope Blinsky doesn't die because that would make me very sad.
Anymore. Which one's
We didn't
Val?
steal a doll, so he shouldn't be dead.
Yeah.
Oh, I wanted to.
Which is Val?
It also comes with little coins, little Barovian
Ooh,
coins
cute.
with Strahd's face on them.
Okay.
Lovely.
I spent way too much money on this thing, but it's awesome.
Worth it.
Okay, anyway, let's take like a 10-minute break. And we will be back and continue from there, okay?
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay, sounds good.
All right. And Hello. Yes, everybody's in the wrong place. I will fix that. Give me just a second.
My bad.
Yeah, it's okay. It was an accident, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I'm Elena right now.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh man.
Oh, I'm still right.
Yeah. No,
Oh,
you,
bonus
go,
points.
you go.
Yeah, then I'm
here.
Roxana.
I'm the
Yeah.
one with family trauma.
I mean, yes.
Wait. Wait.
Erica sent
Let's
you the note that I had left.
Okay, cool.
We all
shit,
have
I lost
family
Lorena.
trauma.
Trauma or drama, one or the other.
Which is funny because drama equals trauma.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what that was going to be. It was going to be finger guns, and then it was going to be a salute, and then it just ended up being. It was
Got
very.
you.
Just gone.
It was like, like here's an H. We're doing sign language H now.
For a moment, I had lost Keely there, but I found her. So
It's good. We need her.
she was hidden behind the map. Okay.
She drew the wrong card from the deck of many things.
By the way, I will tell you guys, I will never, ever, ever in any game I run use the deck of many things.
Come on.
That
It's
is a
such a
one-shot.
derailer.
Chaos.
It's
I love
it's it's awful.
We found it in a
That's fine.
one shot, and every other player except for me drew from the deck, and my character literally was like, "She knows what that is. Okay, cool. Bye." Like y'all, and one of them like got a bunch of stuff and had a great thing, and then got betrayed, and then died, and like all in like card because we decided to draw 4. Anyway, no.
Yeah, I don't like it.
No, not messing with that. No.
It's definitely campaign derailer.
Wild magic.
Now, if you have nothing else planned,
I always have something planned.
Apparently. It's like, oh, we're just gonna go to the toy shop. It's gonna be fun.
we were discussing.
Hey man,
some
I got a
theories
great
and-
toy.
You got multiple
Awesome
toys. I got
Yes.
anxiety.
Hannah got a good toy from that too, actually.
Astrid
I went to
had
the
a
stupid
nice
toy
thing.
store and all I got was anxiety.
That sounds like a Barovian toy store.
Okay. All right. So yeah, definitely. So you guys travel a little bit more, about an hour longer, and you know, there are always things in these old woods that you hear nearby. You haven't really seen anything yet, but definitely the wolves you hear, especially as you get closer to Kretsk. Wolves are even more common than they seem to be or maybe louder than the other ones in this area. So, you reach this bridge crossing the Raven River. You see a weather-worn signpost next to the road. The 3 arms of the sign point along the 3 branches of the road. The arm pointing north reads Kretsk, and through the woods you can see an arching stone bridge spanning a river. The arm pointing east reads Vlaki, which is where you came from, and the road slopes up gradually in that direction. The arm pointing southwest reads the Wizard of Wines. The road slopes gently downward in that direction. And I should also mention that as you've come up this ravine, you could slowly going up in elevation, and it's gotten colder than it was just in Vlaki. Enough that you can notice it.
Is it still raining?
Yes. Yes, it is.
My cat.
At one point, Hannah's gonna probably actually ride Bo rather than walk with him because she's tired and muddy.
Don't want to truck through the mud.
No, not really. She's still a lady at heart.
Okay. So you end up crossing the river, and even like a mile further towards Kretsk to the west, it starts to snow instead of rain.
Oh,
Ooh.
it's chilly.
And now I will move your tokens over there.
Okay.
Boop. Bo is not actually in the river. though. So
Elena just like catches a few of the snowflakes and just like experiences her body in snow for the first time.
Aw.
it's nice. All right.
Astrid is not a fan. Storms? Oh, yes. Snow? Especially not going from being wet to then being in the cold.
Your hair is going to be crispy.
My hair's going to be like when you take a shower and then you go...
Go
From my
outside.
life. Then you take a shower and you go out to the bus stop and you're just like...
Yep.
Yeah.
In there.
Yep.
Southwest Ohio.
Michigan, so I get you. Yeah.
My grandma found out that I had done that one morning and was furious. She's like, "You're gonna get sick." And I was like,
You can get sick. Yeah.
"I'm gonna get sick anyway."
No. just blow dry
My
your
siblings
hair.
and I would go out in the snow without coats or shoes on because we were
Oh,
those
God.
kids.
Sorry, I'm getting a new map ready here. So
You're
Good.
I can't move.
Oh,
Bastard,
I'm right on
isn't
top of you. Sorry. There.
Oh, you've got your new art on your token. Nice.
Yeah.
They're so small that I just don't really. I was like, oh wait, that's new.
Yes, and I'm zoomed in just so I can see everyone. I'm just
Same.
all right. Oh damn it! I should have done this. All right. Controlling the second Roll20 screen is still something I gotta really master. All right. Switching maps. Come on, stop that. All right.
I need to stop yawning. Oh my gosh. I think after it starts getting cold, Astrid is going to very begrudgingly put her hair back in, put the hood up, wrap it around herself, and just like grumpy walk.
Alright. The road branches north and climbs a rocky escarpment, ending in a gatehouse built into a 20-foot-high wall of stone reinforced with buttresses on the side of a snow-dusted mountain spur. Beyond the wall, you see the tops of snow-covered pines and thin wisp-whites of smoke. The somber toll of a bell comes from a stone abbey that clings to the mountainside high above the settlement. The steady chime is inviting. A welcome change from the deathly silence and oppressive fog to which you've become grown accustomed your whole lives. It's hard to tell at this distance, but there seems to be a switchback road clinging to the cliffs that lead up from the walled settlement to the abbey. You might ask, do I have a handout? And I would say probably. I would, of course, have to make sure everybody can see it first.
Has Astrid come up to Kresk before?
She has driven by it.
Okay.
Uh,
She's not familiar with like the inner workings of the town hall.
yeah, they don't let anybody in. Whether Vistani or not, they don't let anybody in. That's what she's been told, at least.
It'll be a breeze, you guys.
There we go.
We'll just present the papers we have from the
That's not going to impress them.
All right. I I assume you guys want to go up and approach the gates.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
As we're walking up, I go, do I need to be a cat here too?
I don't think so.
Awesome.
The map of I'm going to read the non-box text for you. I hope you don't mind. The air grows colder as you approach the walled settlement. 2 square towers with peaked roofs flank a stone archway into which is set a pair of 12-foot tall inbound wooden doors. Carved into the arch above the doors is a name, Kretsk. The walls extend from the gatehouse are 20 feet high. Atop the parapet, you see 4 figures wearing fur hats and clutching spears. They watch you nervously.
Hana will get off Bo and hand his reins over to anyone who is willing.
Take them.
Okay, and then she'll lead. She'll approach first.
Okay.
Do they recognize me? It looks like.
Not at first.
Okay.
But they ask who you are. What is your business in Kretsk?
Hi. I'm gonna lower my hood. This is Hana Petrovna. I have returns, and I've brought some friends who have helped me on my mission for the Baron.
Oh, okay. All right, well, we'll let you in. Nothing followed you, right?
No, of course not.
Okay. You would tell us if something follows you.
Of course I would.
Okay. Good. All right.
I'll give him a friendly smile. Back to my usual self.
Everybody, after a bit, you hear the bar being lifted and the heavy doors are pushed open, so you can enter the village.
Yay!
The mist-shrouded village beyond the wall is nothing more than a scattering of humble wooden cottages along dirt roads that stretch between stands of snow-dusted pine trees. So many trees, in fact, as to constitute a forest. To the northeast, gray cliffs rise sharply, and the road winding up to the abbey is easy to see from this vantage. The guard says, I'm sure the Baron would love to see you right now.
Going immediately to him. Thank you.
Okay.
I'm going to use their names if I know their names.
Yeah, it's Dimitri and Anna.
Okay.
Right.
No, I'm talking about the guards' names.
Oh, the guards' names. Yeah. Sure. Yeah, you can do the names.
Yeah.
Dimitri and Anna.
No.
No.
They're not very creative around here with their baby names.
Yeah. No, the guards aren't important, so they don't have the names. All right. Okay. So you go to the Baron's house. It's right in the front.
Mm-hmm.
And when it's the biggest house in town, but that's not saying much. And you're in front of the door.
Okay. Is it like an open thing, like in Vallaki, or is it you have to knock?
Yeah, usually you'd want to knock.
Okay. So I just knock after getting Bo tied up.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Is anybody like watching us or like creeping?
No, they all seem to be going about their business. All right. So Anna opens the door, and she says, "Hannah, did you get it?"
I did. And I'll pull out the wedding dress under my cloak.
Oh, thank the morning Lord. She looks at it and she's like, "That's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful."
I'm glad. These are my friends. They helped me get the dress, and we're also on a couple of similar quests, so I brought them here for safety.
Oh, okay, yeah, definitely better than traveling the roads alone. I understand. Come on, everybody, come in.
Thank you so much.
To remind you, this is the Baron.
And Hana seems genuinely like happy to see them and like polite, if not a little bit like shy, by the way. Not her usual like politeness, but still like clearly guarded. She's like,
"Why are you not
happy to be there.
Okay. And then they sit down, and the Baron asks if you've eaten. Are you well? How hard was it? Wait, and then he says, "Don't tell me the details. I don't want the details actually."
We're well. I'll tell you that much.
Okay, that's good. That's good. So, it's I don't know when he'll come down to get it, but the good news is that he already did the deed. And then he yells, "Ilya, come out!" And coming out from the other room is Ilya. So Hannah, give me an insight roll.
Yeah.
Sorry, Val, you didn't get to watch.
Sorry, Val. He's like,
I'm sure there'll be other opportunities.
He says, "Oh, Hannah, it's good to see you."
Hannah, you're Hannah. Illy, look at you.
Yeah.
I like walk up to, almost like I'm gonna hug him, but then I like double think it. I'm just like,
No, he as soon as you do, he'll hug you back.
oh my
Before
god.
you get a chance to, as long as you don't turn away from him.
No, I'm gonna like
Okay.
hug the life out of him. Yeah. Squeeze him.
Kill him again.
Kill him again. It's like I'm so happy you're here. You're okay. How are you? And I'm gonna pull back awkwardly.
And he says, it's unbelievable. That's what it is. It's unbelievable. But here I am, back from the dead, which is weird.
Oh, I can't imagine. I'm so happy you're back.
So the Baron is busy making food for everybody, and everybody asks for introductions. So, and I need to DM you. So,
I will introduce myself with my first name only.
Okay.
Ilya, these are my friends. We're on a similar quest together that I got caught up in on my journey out of town. And also I brought them here just, for protection too, so I don't travel alone. But yes, you can introduce yourselves.
I'm Lalina.
It's nice to meet you. Yeah, it's nice to meet you.
Finish it.
I'm
Emmerich.
Okay.
Astrid had come in and slowly taken that off and is looking around and then goes, "Oh, Astrid."
Nice
Hi,
to meet you. Oh,
I'm
yes.
Valentina.
Mm-hmm.
It's a nice home you have.
Thank you. It's been in the family for a long time. Yeah. So.
You must be so happy to be back.
Yeah, he says, yeah, I'm happy. It's just so hard to believe. And Anna says it's a miracle is what it is. It's an absolute miracle. That's all that can be said. And it means that our line is saved, and after losing the first 4, I couldn't take losing another one, so I just cannot. I'm so happy that she's back.
What's Emmerich's face doing during the introductions, considering the reaction to the not dead, not now?
Yeah. Emmerich's definitely staring at the guy who's supposedly back from the dead, and he's gonna use an Eyes of the Grave just to make sure.
Yeah, sure. he is not any of those things in the eyes of Brave Jack. So.
Okay, cool. And I don't like see anything else. Nah.
Okay. Yeah. So this seems like God, I'm so distracted. I apologize. Here we go. It wouldn't be Derek if I wasn't pausing every 2 minutes. Anyway, I have Kretz music too.
Lilina just looks at him and goes, "Yeah, it is a miracle, for sure, definitely." What was it like?
What, being dead?
Yeah, I've been interested in the topic for a long time.
Oh, Lelena, that's kind of a heavy question to ask someone.
He says, no, it's fine. I don't remember it.
Okay.
I mean, I was just remember lying in bed being very sick, and then I woke up next to the Abbot and my parents standing next to a grave that had just been excavated.
Oh my gosh. And like just gently like rub his arm, like trying to reassure him. You know, this group tends to ask a lot of questions. You don't have to.
No, it's really okay. It's I think a natural question. I mean, how many people do you know that have died and then were not
No
dead?
one, not a soul.
Astrid looks so uncomfortable.
Anyone else want to give me an insight roll?
I do.
Me.
Yes.
And you know what? If I don't do well, I'm using my inspiration on this one.
I want to specifically actually focus on the interaction between him to Hana.
Okay.
Oh, that's much better.
Oh,
Why?
Dirty 20. Oh, damn it.
Perception or insight?
Insight.
I got a 15.
Okay.
18.
I got a 23.
All right. So, everybody basically gets the picture that they all feel a little awkward about it. That honestly, obviously the Baron and the Baroness are genuinely happy. Even if I don't roll for that very well, and are providing you with food, and they're very happy that you're here because it apparently means that the Abbot won't kill him again or something. So they don't know.
Undo his.
They didn't say that. I just said that. And Elena, he seems affectionate towards Hana, but friendly, but also kind of like in a way that he can't believe it. Like he can't believe she's here, much less him. Any of that. Emmerich, you definitely see the haunted look in this boy's eye. What was the other thing I was going to say? I forget. I'll mention it later if I do. Oh yes, none of them are lying. As far as you can tell, all of them have been told you the truth the entire time. So.
Interesting.
Does Astrid pick up on the? Oh, my cat, move. Does Astrid pick up on his reaction toward Hana with an 18?
If you were paying attention to it, that's why I said Linda. But if you, then it's probably the same for you.
Okay.
So the Baron then brings food and everybody and serves some hot stew for lunch.
It's weird they asked while we're eating.
Hmm?
It's so weird of the abbot to ask you for a dress that he didn't need.
Oh, he made it clear that if we didn't provide the dress in a certain amount of time, that it would be unfortunate.
Oh,
As a threat?
I took it to be one, but then I'm obviously protective of my town and my boy, so yeah.
They would openly threat the abbot or the baron's family like that?
The abbot is
Rascally.
has Hannah told you about the abbot?
not much.
No.
The abbot appeared here in Kratsk 100 years ago, and he's not aged a day since. He doesn't come down here. He stays up in Abbey and only asks that we give him wine and he'll leave us alone.
That's all he takes is wine?
Food and wine.
No animals?
No,
No people?
no.
Do people go missing often?
No, nobody.
Insight check.
Me?
Good. Sure, absolutely. Give me an insight roll on that.
That's a 16, because that sounded... No one ever goes missing
No,
here.
never. Oh my God.
That's more of a Derek expression than it was him. He's kind of even surprised that you asked the question. He's like, no, like I said, he doesn't bother us at all.
Does he leave?
I don't know. The abbey's way on top of the hill. If he leaves,
It'd
You
be
know-
on the other side of the hill.
well, I mean, I guess you're right. He would have to climb down the walls. So no, I don't think he does.
But
Does he take visitors?
I mean, nobody wants to go there.
Oh, I want to go there.
Well, sounds like we're going to have to drop off a wedding dress, so... I don't think Anna should go by herself for such a thing. If this is an ageless man who's been here for 100 years, that sounds kind of like a vampire to me.
He says.
Sounds like something worse to me.
The Baron says, well, there are some that think that, some that think he's, the devil himself, in disguise, but he doesn't bother us, so we don't bother him, and I don't ask for trouble. I ask for my people and my town to be safe, and that's what I care about.
What does he look like?
And then he looks hesitant to say, and then his wife Anna says, beautiful.
Yeah, that's not great.
Yeah, how can you describe beautiful? Because that's a matter of opinion more than...
He's the handsomest man I've ever seen. Let me put it that way. No offense. Dimitri goes, we've been married for 45 years. I'm fine.
Is yours pointed?
No.
Alright. Just eating.
Hmm.
How is that the weirdest question anybody's asked tonight?
Hmm.
So you were dead. How's that?
Ilya just says that he doesn't remember anything about it.
No. I was referencing.
What I said earlier.
Oh, okay.
I said that earlier.
I thought you were asking it. I'm sorry.
Well, but that one makes sense in context of no, you're curious what happened. This one's just Very pointed, very not related to vampires. Just okay, and just continues.
Vampires have pointy ears. That's related.
Do they?
Yeah.
There are plenty of things that don't have pointy ears that can do what the abbot's doing.
There are plenty of things that have pointy ears that aren't vampires.
Hana, I know you don't want to get involved, but this is bad.
Are you saying that in front of them at like
Yes.
dinner? Okay, just making sure.
You know,
What?
I mean, you don't.
I'm sure they're aware of it.
no, if you want to talk about this, we can later, but now is
It's-
not the time.
It's really not anything that. I mean, Hannah's already done so much for us, and you really don't have to go involve in it. It's really it's between us and the abbot, and between me as the boyar and the mayor of the city and the abbot. So I appreciate your curiosity. I really do, because I will admit that there has been times when I have been curious too. However, and I don't know where you're from, but in my experience, poking your nose in things you didn't have to ask ends up with dead people, and I don't want any dead people. Not any more than I already have to deal with. You
Hannah's,
can
like, nodding in agreement.
Yeah, you can leave the dress here, and I'm sure he will come to retrieve it.
Okay.
The library here. In your home.
No. We don't have much, as you would say, physical wealth. We take most of our land and use it to support ourselves. So not what you would find in a normal town. No inn, no tavern, no merchants. We just everything according to everybody's needs. He said, trying not to quote Marx.
Hannah's gonna just look very conflicted and
Mhm.
not quite looking at the others. You know, she was kind of hoping that she could just have a dinner with Delia and the family again and not turn this into an interrogation. But yeah, she's not going to be saying a whole lot about this. She'll just agree, like, yeah, I'll leave the dress here. She doesn't want to go up to the my brain is blanking.
The Abbey.
Debbie.
The Abbey.
Hmm.
Anyways, so sounds like we'll be doing that anyways, though.
Val looks a little like scandalized when he says no libraries and just what everyone needs, and she's like, "What?
You need a library.
You need a library.
It's a need.
Astra just looks like disappointed,
Disappointed?
dejected, and disappointed.
The
Pointed,
Ds.
you know.
Mhm.
When they say no library, and is honestly mostly like the two questions she's asked have been like like head down.
Mhm.
Da-da-da. Oh man, that just. I think this is probably her first dinner that's like being hosted,
Yeah.
so she doesn't know what to do. This is not how Vistani guest dinners go, and this is not them in an inn or anything.
They're very low key about it, but they're not like you would picture or understand a noble family would normally do. They're just like they're friends who
Mm-hmm.
are having friends over for dinner. So
She's not used to.
I know, I'm just explaining just in case it was
Yeah.
unclear. Nothing fancy. All right, well, dinner goes by.
Emmerich just lets his food go cold.
After a little bit, Anna
we-
actually fusses a little bit, and says, "Did you not like it? Is there something else I can get you?"
I'm fine. I just I'll eat later.
Okay.
Is it? You said it's stew. Is it just stew, or is there some other?
I didn't think too hardly about it. Probably bread and cheese as well. So bread and cheese.
She's probably gonna try and secret some bread and cheese for him.
Livia's just gonna eat the bread.
I think Val will say Emmerich is very pious and he likes to eat on his own.
Oh, okay. I understand. Did you want me to pack something up for you? You can take with you.
That would be very nice. Thank you.
Okay. Then she looks and says, Dimitri, pack something up for her.
I need to use the what's the word in this time frame? The loo.
The water closet?
I need to use the water closet. Can I have a moment?
The bucket.
It's in the back.
Thank you. When I get back there, I want to use my feature of parlay with spirits. Because there's no peeing in D&D. I don't know if you guys knew that. There's no peeing. But there is parlaying with spirits while you're in the water closet.
Parpeeing.
No. No.
Let's see.
I won't go in the closet and do it. I'll just, if it's outside, I'll just sit outside, like behind it, so they can't see me.
So when you go outside in the backyard, you notice that in the back area is actually a number of graves, and including an open one, or apparently,
Well, if I'm gonna do this, this is a good spot to do it.
Okay, so you do find you do make contact with the spirit.
Hello.
Can I help you, stranger?
You can. I'm sorry to be a bother. I hope I don't ask too much when I ask if you know anything of the abbot in this town.
Let me think. What does he know?
Spicy.
I keep forgetting to prep for this ability of yours. So,
which is hilarious considering our werewolf game.
Yeah, exactly. I know. So he says there are that come from the abbey much ruckus, much noise, but and there are unquiet spirits there. It is not as hallowed as it once was. Those of us who haunt this town would prefer not to go up there. There are spirits that might be antagonistic.
That's not good. We've heard.
It's I think, not unusual in this land. At
That's
least not in the
true.
last few hundred years.
We've heard from the Baron and his wife that the abbot doesn't age.
Hmm.
I know several things that could be the cause of.
Hmm.
Does he give off any energy that would tell you that it's something malicious?
I have not personally laid eyes upon him, but those who have say that the energy he brings is holy.
Of the Morning Lord?
It seems, but it's hard to tell. Certainly, it is a power of the day and of the light.
Is there anything I can do for you for being so kind?
Just tell my great-grandson that he's doing a good job running the town.
Okay. And she walks in and is like, God, how am I gonna not freak these people out by telling him that?
Since when has freaking or not freaking people out considered holy?
Since the people she travels with, it matters to, apparently. I walk back in.
Okay,
You have a lovely backyard.
thank you. It's a place we contemplate in
It's a good
sometimes.
place. It's a good place to do that. I was actually taking a look. I noticed a long family line there.
Oh yes, our family has been since the town was founded 700 years ago. Our family has owned this land and the town. The town sits in.
The reason I come off as strange is because I have a strong connection with spirits.
I'm sorry, I'm laughing at Rachel's expression. Oh.
It's nothing to be alarmed over, genuinely. But I look at Dimitri specifically. Your grandfather says you're doing a great job.
Oh, okay.
Not to freak you out. He just told me to tell you that.
I think
Okay.
Astrid is actually joining in.
And she smiles.
Oh my gosh, what are you saying to these people? And is just head down eating.
I'm sorry to be such a distress. And I sit down begrudgingly.
Mm-hmm. One second.
Lena's just thinking like, God, I can't be a cat and do anything right. I can't be me and do anything right. People are so upset with me all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Al doesn't
Anyway.
look upset.
Mm-hmm. Val takes everything well.
Oh, Val was the one who was
Yeah.
just like, oh, you're not actually back.
There's no way you're dead. You were dead. I
Okay,
met
okay.
2 dead people this week. Well, should we leave the dress here and leave?
Well, I would like to stay just a little bit, if that's okay with everyone. It is raining quite hard.
Snowing here, actually, but
Snowing, yeah. The weather's not good.
Actually, I read something clever about druid craft the other day. Let me make sure. Yeah. Druidcraft also helps you predict what the weather will be like at your location over the next 24 hours. I don't want to do this without asking, as I've seemed to made a few people uncomfortable. I can do a bit of magic to tell us what the weather will be like tomorrow.
Uh,
I don't really feel comfortable with
Okay.
that
well, Lena,
inside.
let's not talk
That's
about
what.
magic for a little bit, okay? Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
She mocks you, then goes back.
So Dimitri packs a little thing of portable food to give to Emmerich and says that he's welcome to go sit outside if he'd like to eat alone in the backyard if he'd like. It should be cold air there.
Thank you.
The spirits are nice, she says in passing as he leaves under
He
her
kind
breath.
of shoots her a look,
Mm-hmm.
but like nods to Dimitri,
Mm-hmm.
thanks him, and heads out back to go eat.
It's a little cemetery. It's just like home.
Yeah, no, he actually does sit by the graves
Yeah.
to eat.
And you saying the spirits are nice to the
The spirits
person
are
that
nice.
can see them.
Do I see any spirits?
That's why I told him.
Oh,
I know.
there are a couple hanging around. Yeah.
Fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
Is it like mists? Are they like actually sentient?
There's at least one that's actually sentient, hanging around. One that has a good family resemblance to the Baron. Doesn't seem terribly interested in you though.
Yeah, he'll just nod to him and say,
Mm-hmm.
good evening, and goes about like setting up the
Mm-hmm.
food and with his back to the house just
Mm-hmm.
to make sure.
Yeah.
And kind of like goes about eating alone.
Mm-hmm. Wah wah wah.
Definitely processing everything that happened today.
Mm-hmm.
So it's an intense meal.
Mm-hmm. It's pretty good too.
But yeah, if no one else like comes out to like
Mm.
check on him or anything, he'll just eat, finish up, and head back inside. Or so there's only like one that was sentient, or was there more than one? You said.
Yeah, there's only like the one that seems close by at this moment that's sentient.
All right. But there's more than one. So what are the other ones doing per se?
The other ones are just, there's not any of most of them are like not fully formed. They're kind of so you don't really get any grasp of them being spirits there, but not really actively in done. There's none of the real crazy ones and none of the uh, ones that repeat themselves. You don't see any of those nearby.
Okay. Cool. He'll keep an eye on the spirits, kind of make sure they're not like going crazy or anything. But he'll try to leave them alone, leave them in peace. So he just eats.
Okay.
If no one else comes out. So
I think after a little bit, Astrid is actually going to excuse herself and go outside, less so to check on him and more so just to but she'll just go out and sit like not like I'm gonna go join you, but not so far away that it's a definite like don't talk to me thing or anything.
like when he hears someone come outside, he immediately like pulls up the mask and glances over his shoulder just to make sure, but he sees it's you, and so he kind of takes a second and relaxes and goes back to eating.
And she's going to sit once she gets herself like situated and bundled and like that, then she's going to pretty much just kind of look like she's zoning out. She's sitting in her head and thinking over some stuff, but also doesn't want to be cold, but also didn't want to just keep sitting at the table where she's just like This is different, and I don't know them, and I did, but they don't have. Okay.
He's gonna clear his throat and go, I'm sorry about earlier.
For what?
I kind of freaked out.
She starts laughing, kind of like Riley, though. I would have as well if someone had a tiny me in their store.
You wouldn't sell him to me.
Why didn't you take it?
Did we lose Leah there, or is she thinking?
I don't know.
Hello?
Oh, yeah, you're a little
There you
chat.
Oh, okay. The whole thing froze for a second.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were. It was
Okay.
like, are you just holding really still, or did you freeze for us?
I mean, sometimes.
Yeah.
He said he was like he didn't let me buy it, so no one else could. But I'm not just gonna steal. And at that point, it didn't really matter.
Well, I would like to say it is a sick joke or coincidence. I don't like the idea that he's had recreations of you for, as you said before this. This is not just a one and he saw you enter down and thought it was fun or something. But
He'll kind of sigh. He says, he said that one of them had a tail.
that definitely catches your attention.
And he'll look at her and go, I don't.
Did you?
We'll just kind of slowly nod. So it's been going on for a while. He made it sound like they've been growing up. So I know you and Elena were talking about curses, but it seems weird to be able to just recreate me for so long and not use them for an actual curse. I don't know what they're for or why it's me.
How do you have a tail? Or did? And now not?
The same reason I have scars. Everyone wants to feel normal. He sets the food down at that point.
Mm-hmm.
Tail's a little harder to hide than ears.
He just nods.
More cat shenanigans. They're just constantly letting me know that I'm not paying attention to them and not feeding them. I don't know if I should tell the others. But I think that the longer I don't, the worse it might go.
He just nods.
The only Astrid, Hannah had asked how difficult it must have been for me to have left my family when they love me. The thing is, they don't know that I left. They know I'm gone, but they believe that I went on the errand I did do. I went, met the suitors. Meh. they're fine people, but soon, if not already, there will be wondering where I am and why I'm not returning. I have a friend who I hope will reassure my mom that I'm alright. She knows. Well, without ever saying, she knows the intent of the mission and the necessity of it, but there is always the question of when will my actions require them to cut me off? And what harm would be done before then? I hope that I will never be connected to them, and we will accomplish our mission, and I will return home and tell them I was helping some friends, and everything will continue forward. However, I am not that naive. What of your family?
I carry the only family I have with me. And
Just gonna give you that look.
Yeah. He's like, all right, hold on. He's like, hold on. And he'll pull up a pouch, and it's just a small pouch.
Pull out a doll.
No more dolls.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
But and he'll open it, and it's just dirt. Is what's in the pouch he pulls out, and he goes, "From my mother's grave. My mother's all I had. She passed a few years ago, and I helped bury her as it's my job. So I carry, well, not really a piece of her, but the dirt with me. And that's all I have, other than Father Donovich and Doru, who were kind to me at the church. And hopefully I can repay that kindness to Doru. And his thumb will like run over to the vampire bite that's on his arm.
Was your mother able to go through society as herself?
She was. People did give her odd looks for having a son they could never be, but...
What to your father? Do you know anything?
Nope.
Tell us how old her brother is. Just asking Emmerich.
Wait, how old?
Did Hannah say how old the captain of the guard brother is, or just that it was older brother?
I don't think we got an age. And then he'll pause. It's like, I don't like that. No.
At some awkward point, Lilina's gonna come out there too.
Yanks up the mask.
Hannah's gonna follow Lena.
I don't know why, but
everybody leaves Val in the dining room.
Lena comes out, and in order to give Emmerich just a second, Astrid's just gonna scoop up just a little bit of snow and chuck it at her and laugh. It's a small little, just scooped up
snowballer to give Emmerich the precious seconds.
Have it not be like obviously Astrid can see it and Lelina can't, or any of that stuff. And also, I'm going to turn on a light in my apartment because it is 100% dark.
It's super dark.
Talk about immersion.
I'm just like, I can slowly no longer see myself. So un momento.
Seeing as Emmerich's out there, Hannah's gonna back up and be like, "You watch her," and point to Elena.
It's just like,
No, Emmerich.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
No.
Wait, everyone's outside.
Yeah.
Anna's not letting Lelena go anywhere without her. But she's gonna see Emmerich, one of the more reasonable people here, and is gonna be like, "You watch her," and point to Lelena.
You guys are totally ruining my lie that Emmerich eats alone because he's pious. You're all like, I'm gonna go outside after him.
Waited.
And I was like,
Astrid finished her meal and waited, and then went out there, and they've had a conversation.
I mean, he's pretty much done with the food. It's just kind of the plates and stuff are there.
I get assaulted by a snowball when I come out, so I probably don't see Hannah doing that. But as soon as I do get hit by the snowball, I turn around and I walk away elsewhere. I leave.
God.
Astrid
So they
falls
came
on the
out
ground
and nothing
laughing.
happened.
Lelena, come back. Come on.
Astrid falls on the ground, absolutely laughing, and kind of one of those, not that the situation's actually that funny, but definitely just like the release of energy and anxiety and all of that type of laughter with that little bit of a trigger and just get it out.
Honestly, Emmerich starts laughing too. He's more like doubled over because he's still sitting on the ground and he just kind of like leans forward and is laughing.
Oh my God, I don't want to leave Ilya. Please, I'm trusting you to watch her, and then I'm gonna go back inside.
I turn around. I'm like, nobody needs to protect me.
Oh, I'm not protecting you.
And nobody needs protecting here.
And I'm not trying to protect anyone. I'm trying to make sure people stay comfortable and peaceful and happy.
I go ice cat and I leave. Big cat, leave.
Like, no, wait.
Leave in what sense? Leave
Leave to
outside?
go somewhere there.
Can I
can't
cast
be
calm
watched.
emotions?
Okay, so you realize that you are inside the city wall, the village walls, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, I'll go little cat. Fine.
I mean, you can. I just want to make sure you understood.
There's enough woods, though.
It's like you understand the repercussions, right?
Mhm.
Please don't do magic in my home. Okay, I'll just transform
I'll
into
do it
another
outside.
creature.
I'll do it outside, not in your home.
God, it's
Do you transform outside?
I'll do
or
a
do you
cat.
transform
I'll
in
go
the
into a
house?
cat.
Right in their backyard.
in the backyard. I'll go into a cat form and I'm leaving.
oh my God.
Hey,
Does anyone see this?
I don't know. Val's still inside, probably wondering why everyone left.
I think
Trying to make awkward conversation.
Yeah, that would be
Chris
the
Cops.
yeah. Where are you from? What's your family do? You know, that kind of normal
Yeah.
discussion.
It's like meeting your in-laws.
Val's like, this is so boring.
I wish some action was happening. Where's all
Right.
the drama?
I mean,
All the drama's outside.
we were having a nice conversation.
I will go little cat by way of big cat, like
God.
and leave. I don't care where. Probably up a tree somewhere, just away from people.
Okay.
But not like out of the city was my concern. That you were just
No,
gonna
like I'm gonna go like
I
3
was
houses
concerned-
down and go up a tree.
Okay. Well, we don't know where you went
No.
per se. We don't know if you
Out of
left the
character,
city.
I went 3 houses down and up a tree.
well, we can
God.
follow your tracks. Snowy.
I'm well aware of the snow.
Yeah.
That's just gonna look at Emmerich and go, it was just a snowball.
I will never know what she wanted.
I found Melina. Here we go.
He's not that cuddly right now. Let me tell you.
Pet to butt.
He's not
Pet
that
to butt.
cuddly.
Pet to butt, but my cats just have to be part of the stream, guys. And here's the thing: locking them in the bathroom only worked for about 10 minutes earlier this week. They got out.
Hannah's gonna go back over to Emmerich and Astrid, and she's like clearly upset. Like, I wanted to talk to my friend who I thought was dead, and Elena is throwing a tantrum. Will you please go and get her? I cannot trust her by herself.
Okay, just go inside and don't make me cast calm emotions.
I'm not upset.
I'm very upset.
Astrid just
so
gives
now
you
we're
the biggest
lying.
face.
I don't think people here understand the emotional turmoil I am going through right now. Not even the surface of it, and I don't feel like people are even trying to understand, which is okay, you're not obligated to, but I have put a lot of effort into just trying to keep things from becoming chaotic, and I could really use some help. And I know she doesn't understand that, but I please watch her, make sure she doesn't use any more magic. And I'm gonna go back inside.
Emmerich exchanges a look with Astrid.
I was gonna say Astrid looks at Emmerich, and then we'll go towards Lilina and just look so confused.
We go find Lilina.
A miniature 3 blocks away, 3 houses away.
And then seeing that, she'll just like, sit down at the bottom of the tree. No, she'll sit down at the bottom of the tree, back against the tree, and then she'll take out the catnip that she bought. She bought the little thing of it, and just put one down, and not say anything to Lilina. Just put one there for her, like around the side, and then just sit at the bottom of the tree.
God, I wish I could fly. She says in her mind.
Hannah's gonna go awkwardly sit down, like all smiles and stuff again. Like, I'm so sorry about that. My friend's a little odd, and I had wanted to check up on her. The others are with her, though.
Is she okay?
Yeah. Yeah, she's okay. She's just being herself. If you know what I mean, Val.
I think she's struggling because no one is accepting her for who she is.
That's understandable, but sometimes other things take priority, unfortunately. We'd all like to be ourselves more, but yeah.
Should I go help, or?
No.
Okay.
No, Emmerich and Astrid are with her.
Okay.
I would offer to take you a walk through town, but it's weather's still not good.
Just snow. I've got some snowshoes.
Okay. Would you like to go for a walk then? And maybe Ilya can join us?
Sure.
Okay.
Though he's not as chipper. I said it much more chipper than he was. He says sure.
Only if you want. If you don't feel up for it, that's okay.
I feel fine.
Okay. Yeah.
Where's your favorite place in town, Ilya?
Probably the shrine.
Oh. Can we go there then?
Sure. He says. That is on the other side of town. Not that it's like a thing, but it's near the top of the thing up here, where you guys kind of can't see. But I'll put my little. I don't know if you can. I'm going to move the.
So my map isn't blacked out, so I can see the whole town.
Oh yeah, it's not supposed to be. You're supposed to be able to see the whole town.
All right.
I was more like saying to the people, all the people watching, that they might not be able to see it. Okay, all right. No one's hiding anything from you in Kratsk, I'm sure. All right. I got a picture of it too, so give me just a second.
Wow.
Jude's gonna look at Emmerich and go, I don't think Hannah would appreciate me climbing the tree after Luna.
Probably not. He does go reach into his pack and he like pulls out the box that has 10 catnip and he just looks up at Lena and opens it.
Hmm.
She just shakes her head at you.
What was the point of this?
Is there a naked guy on the shrine, or?
What happened? What?
There's a guy in a towel on the in the shrine. Make the picture bigger.
Wow. I never noticed that.
Is that a statue?
He's like asking for a hug too.
I think that's the
What's
statue.
going on over
yeah.
here?
Yeah.
Looking at the statue.
That's the Good morning, Lord.
Okay. Oh, well, there it is. It does says in the description, actually. Even under gray skies, the pool at the north end of the village shimmers and sparkles. Near its shore sits an old gazebo on the verge of collapse. A wooden statue of a mournful, bare-chested man, its paint chipped and faded, stands in the gazebo with arms outstretched as though waiting to be embraced. Waiting to be embraced.
Oh,
I mean,
okay.
we're
So he
looking
was
at the
looking
picture.
for a hug. Yeah, I mean, that's a good drawing there, because he does look like he's asking for a hug.
Mm-hmm.
What happens when you hug the statue?
Call up to Luna.
Mm-hmm.
I think Hannah has lived in Vallaki for too long. And I think this country is too scared. She can't be true to herself. That's what she's gonna say.
So,
While considering if she's gonna climb the tree.
so at the shrine, can I ask Ilya?
Mm-hmm.
Val goes, who is the statue depicting? Do you know?
It's the Morning Lord, because you can see that he's reaching towards the dawn, towards the east.
Oh, okay. I've never seen a depiction of the Morning Lord before. And the waters are.
Yes, it's said that they can sometimes heal. Really kind of gives a kind of a little bitter, half bitter laugh. It doesn't always work.
I take it you tried it when you were sick.
Yeah.
Can I look like? Can she kneel down by the water and kind of? Is it? And she goes, "Is it okay for me to touch the water?"
Oh yes, we drink from it all the time. It's fine.
All right. So she definitely wants to kind of use an Arcana check on it.
Okay.
See if she can determine what the properties are.
Okay.
Unless I'm also trained in medicine, if that's better. I don't know.
Not really for this, no.
Well, that is a natural 20, so yay.
Nice.
So that would give me Arcana of 24.
Okay. So in Barovia in general, the lakes and the rivers are crystal clear. You know, the stereotypical clear mountain streams and cold. This pool, it doesn't seem to be connected. You know, there's no lake or there's nothing going to it. It's still water, but is remarkably clear for still water. You know, like in a lot of places, this would get brackish after a while. But it's very clear, and it has a shine to it that you might say could be supernatural. It's hard to really tell without using magic to detect magic, but it wouldn't surprise you.
It was some sort of magic. Okay. She's gonna. kind of take out a flask and take some of it.
Okay.
Either way.
Yeah, nobody has a problem, or Lily
Okay.
doesn't have a problem with it at least.
All right. And she'll take a drink too, because
Okay.
of course she will.
It's very sweet and fresh. Very refreshing. And like the perfect temperature.
Oh, that's
Oh.
weird if everything's freezing.
Yeah.
This is
Cool,
quite
but not cold.
remarkable. Your town is lucky to have such a thing here.
He says, yeah, it's having the shrine and the pool is one of the ways that we can survive on our own inside without having to go out.
It seems you're very self-sufficient.
We try. It's dangerous out there.
It is. Although I do recommend getting a library if you can, because
Well, we have books. We just don't keep them in a library. Just people keep them in their houses and trade them amongst themselves if they want to.
okay, so that's not as bad as not having any books.
We just don't have any like shops like they do in other towns and things like that. There's some that used to be here, but years ago, but there's no need right now.
Val, after we regroup, I'll take you to where I've been staying. She's also an herbalist, and I'm sure she has some things you would like to read.
Oh, that would be wonderful. Thank you. Would you like me to leave you alone with your friend? I don't want to be a third wheel here.
Give me an insight roll on that. Both of you. I don't know.
Me too?
No. Yeah, sure, you too. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
You get advantage though, actually. Well,
That
Rachel.
makes sense.
I got a 14.
Okay.
Ta-da.
Okay. Yeah, so there's the briefest of blushes on Ilya's face when you suggest that, and which is really the most emotion that you've seen out of him, really, since you met him. And for Hana, the most emotions since he came back.
Han, of course, doesn't say anything, but Val, if you'd like to, you can. I just didn't want to leave you trying to make conversation with people you're not familiar with, even though, as nice as they are.
I'm not horrible at making small talk. It's not my favorite thing, but
Okay. Well, in that case, if you want to see what the others, how the others are doing, you could do that, and I can meet you back at the manor in a couple hours.
Sure.
Maybe less.
Val is definitely gonna walk this path.
Val's gonna walk up the.
Well, she's just gonna go around, kind of try to get a better view of the abbey here.
Okay.
So
yeah, you like go up. It's very, very steep. Each one of those like contour lines that you can see is it's 100 feet steep. So it's an extraordinarily steep climb. That's why it switches back so much. So even there, you're still like 300 feet below the thing.
Oh, okay. She'll still do that though.
Okay.
That's just she's gonna walk back to the Kreskoffs that way.
Mhm.
To see if she sees anything.
Okay. So you don't really see anything up there, just the occasional sound of the bell, which the music likes to play a lot, and there's definitely smoke coming out of it, like there's somebody in there. Like from a fire.
Okay.
Other than that, no activity you can see. And you do also notice the walls of the abbey are definitely taller than a person. So, like, if there were like people back behind the walls walking around and stuff, you wouldn't notice them.
Okay.
After an hour of being a cat,
Mm-hmm.
I will jump down and sit next to these two and not be a cat anymore.
Good to know.
The catnip would work fine if I was in the mood. It also
Fair
helps
enough.
with sleeping, so if either of you ever have any sleep issues, mix it with your tea.
Cool.
I'm not a troublemaker.
Heather, you muted.
Yep. You are very different from what these towns expect, though I think all of us are to an extent.
But it's okay to have an abbot who never ages from 100 years.
But they don't ask questions, which is stupid. But that's what they're used to.
They might as well be a town full of doormats.
You're not start laughing. You're not wrong. But it doesn't mean
everyone says welcome, but please don't get our house dirty.
this country is dormant and beaten down. And if they even notice that anything is wrong, they roll over and allow it to happen.
The last person I knew who never aged did it with blood. This town, these people, don't deserve that. Especially from someone who claims to be a holy man. And especially from somebody who has restless spirits in the abbey. What kind of abbey has restless spirits?
A poorly tended one. Well, what are we going to do?
Comply.
I fear we have a long list of things we wish to tackle, and a long list of things we need to tackle, and I do not think we have enough time to do all of it. Nor that everyone would want to. I don't want, and she just gestures to the abbey, that to continue, if it is at anyone's expense, other than the abbot themselves. But honestly, my biggest concern is the devil. Ending that, clearing that out. Our friend is alive. That is one thing accomplished. Move on to the next.
This means nothing in hindsight, but I don't think he had a soul to begin with. But I don't know how that would work for bringing him back. If he doesn't remember anything. I don't know if that's the case for some people. I'm the only person I've ever known to come back.
I think you're the only person any of us have known to come back.
Well, now you might know too, but it's hard to say.
But it could have also been, do you know how long it was from the time of your demise until you were aware of your instance?
And almost instantly. I saw my body being buried.
And did they bury it right after you passed?
She laughs and goes to say something, then stops herself very clearly. No. But I know that as well. I know they didn't do it right away.
So there's nothing to say that if he had remained deceased for a few more days, that he would not have become as you were.
I'm just worried that something more malicious is going on here, especially for somebody who is claiming to be a holy man, unaging, asking for a wedding dress. What is that? What is that? It's not healthy.
I do have my own questions for him, but those are more selfish than just helping the town.
The spirit said he does present as a holy energy, but holy can also be bad. Holy doesn't necessarily mean good. You can be of the Morning Lord or of Mother Night and still be bad. Anyway, where are the others?
Back at the house. Yeah, Hannah seems kind of freaked out right now, so
Par for the course.
maybe be a little more understanding.
Her and I will talk.
Okay.
Speaking of conversations with Hannah, anything you wanted to role play?
We could over text, or we could do here. Nothing really comes to mind. Really, she's just gonna
Okay.
kind of ask him for real this time, like how he's doing, if he needs to talk to her about anything.
Okay, we'll do a little bit of that later over text. It's not
Okay.
pressing, so.
Yeah.
All right. So eventually everybody comes back together.
Oh wait, while we're out, I do cast Druidcraft to know what the weather's gonna do.
It should clear up right after noon.
Oh yeah, great, perfect, cool. This is great. They'll be so happy. I look at Astrid and Emmerich, I'll go, they'll be so happy to hear it.
Maybe
Don't
we
tell
just
them.
keep that information for ourselves and let it be a pleasant surprise.
I mean, I wasn't gonna tell Dimitri and Anna. They obviously don't want to know. Imagine if somebody could tell you what the weather's going to be the next day all the time. You could be so well prepared.
I just exist in it.
That seems callous.
What?
You could be prepared. You could make plans.
She just gestures to herself, darling, I don't have many changes of clothes. This is what I have. The one other thing you have ever seen me wear was a one-time deal.
Let's go find the others.
Done.
Come on, I don't want to think about it again. Let's go.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
You guys are back together then after a while?
Yeah.
It's about noon right now, so...
Is it clearing up?
It's starting to clear up, yeah.
How wonderful.
Heather, you're also muted.
She's just laughing at me.
No, I was jokingly saying that actually Val decided to go to the Abbey, but
I'm waiting for one of us to just slip off and then the others to go, no, wait, and then Hannah to go, oh no, and then run after us.
I know where they are.
Hey, Hannah's not gonna want to slip off. Like,
I'm already halfway there. I don't know.
Okay, Heather, roll a new character.
And Oblivion.
There's a reason why he's not aging.
Does Astrid have any knowledge of this abbot at all, or any, like, the Vistani specifically don't deal with him, or just haven't, or seek him out when is there anything?
Well, the Vistani don't associate with him.
Okay.
But let me see if...
Because, like, we have that tower where she was just like, no, we do not go in there. And I don't know if it's the same kind of, like, we
Yeah,
just...
no, it's just,
I
you
don't
know, it's hard to get up there and there's no point. So,
Okay. She doesn't have anything else to...
yeah, you don't really know anything else. So,
So are we all outside the Kroskos house again? Is that...
I actually have an addendum to what Heather just asked, which is if anybody wants to give me a history roll, there might be some knowledge about the Abbey itself.
Oh, okay.
You have to roll pretty well, though, because I'm the viewer from here, really.
Can I use my benefits to my secret?
That's a 7, yo, with a +0.
My chance. I can spend a hit die to do the thing.
Give me a second. You probably can. I just need to refresh my memory.
This is why we don't need a rogue. I can be more specific. I don't care if the others know.
Okay.
Tapping into the knowledge of the past, you can spend a hit die to be considered proficient in a skill of your choice for 1 minute.
Okay.
Or a tool of your choice for 1 round.
Okay.
This is why we don't need a rogue.
We're the most chaotic.
I'm real sucky though, so it doesn't matter. I got like a 12.
Anybody else?
I got a 7.
I'm gonna use my inspiration and see if I can get anything here. Okay, I got an 18.
Okay. So.
Oh wait, +2, so that's a 20.
Nice.
Oh dang.
The Abbey of Saint Markovia was once a convent and hospital, and that it was a place where Saint Markovia herself organized a revolution against Strahd in the very early days, and used it as a stronghold. They all died.
Strahd, was this pre-miss or?
No, this was no, it was like almost at the same time, like within a year or two of the miss, and Strahd held them in siege, and they all died from, starvation or whatever. Whatever it is that you die of when you've been sieged, do you have no supplies?
Probably starvation, dehydration, and then killing each other. That's usually how that goes.
Yeah.
Disease if there's a bunch of people in one place.
Okay. I guess I know that.
Okay.
Are you sharing?
Yeah, she'll share that information in a very I read this in the book sort of way.
What were the people that were trapped there? Were they?
I'm assuming they were abbots
and
yeah, they were
monks,
were like clerics and nuns and monks.
Well, it makes sense now that there's restless spirits, but the fact that the ground is not as holy as it used to be, while an abbot is there, is still weird.
That is concerning.
Aside from the unconventionalness of his stay, perhaps he has some history that we could look at, that I could look at. This town, apparently, no one reads.
Oh no, I guess they trade books. They don't have a former library, so they exchange.
They can have one in their own home, their own. I thought that's what nobles have.
They're not like other nobles. They don't hoard wealth. They live off the land. I think it's quite nice, actually.
It's nice, but it's not helpful.
I feel like it's just it's another form of suppression, really. I mean, you look at this place; they don't go anywhere. They keep to themselves. They raise everything themselves. They even have trees here. I'm assuming for lumber.
It just sounds like survival.
It is. It sounds like they're surviving, but not living. There's a difference.
True, but
She just
it's not
gestures to
Valaki.
the entirety of the countryside and goes, "And who is?"
I like to think that I'm living.
And it's not Valaki, so
That is very true. I can frown here. She'll do that.
Just frowns.
So now that we're
The most comical.
now that we're all together, I did promise Val that we would go see the local. Basically, she's an herbalist, and she's also who I stayed with. I'm trying to remember her name. What's her name?
Kretyana, I believe. Oh, I forget it. Yes, Kretyana is her name.
Kretyana. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Her name is Kretyana. She's very sweet. And also, since I probably will be gone for a while, I'd like to give more of a formal farewell to her before we head out. Is that okay with everyone?
What else?
Yeah.
Yeah, that should be fine.
Okay. So I guess I'll take everyone there.
Okay.
On the way, Astrid wants to just kind of line up with Hana. Is your friend as you remember him?
I think he is disturbed, as I'd imagine most people would be. But I think he is who he is. He was before.
Good. Continue.
Okay. All right. They're beautiful, Leah. Okay, so it takes you to one of the small houses in town, one with a couple rooms in it, and when you open the door, Kretyana smiles and says, "Oh, Hannah, it's good to see you. I'm glad that you are okay and safe."
Yes, thank you. I brought quite a few friends. Is that okay?
I can see, yes. I hope not for the night, though, because I only have the one extra bed.
No, not for the night. We're going back to Valaki, unfortunately.
I'm sorry.
I know. That's my friend Val, though. She's also into herbalism, and she's looking for a few different things. So I was hoping you two could get acquainted briefly while we're here.
Sure. Hi. Nice to meet you, Hannah's friends.
Hi.
And Val.
Oh, yeah, this is Val. This is Emmerich. This is Elena and Astrid.
Hello.
Just nod.
Everyone, this is Kretyana.
She smiles and says, "Nice to meet all of you."
Ew,
So, what is it you're looking for? How can I help?
Let me get out my list of ridiculous things. Is there any herbs in this list?
Well, you could also just ask about the
I forgot we had that.
werewolf thing, yeah.
She got a list of ingredient things to look for.
Oh, branches of a hawthorn bush.
You can probably want to find those. We don't have any in town. Fortunately, one of the things I have to trade with, usually the Pisani or the winery if they come through, the winery boys. But you usually find those down by the river.
Okay.
Close, small boards, kind of. She describes it to you and notes that it's a little thorny.
There was one more I thought. Sorry.
It's That's okay.
Do. No, well, dill, I think I could get on my own. That's
Mhm.
common.
It's a pretty common garden herb that everybody has
Yeah.
in
Oh, I highly doubt you have this in your town, but do you have any blood roses?
um no. Yeah, that we generally, yeah, it doesn't do well in town. Pretty as they are. Um Try to cut them. Those you have to really go to the deepest part of the forest to find.
I've seen them in the wild
Oh, okay.
before. Yeah.
Can I see the list? Astrid hasn't actually seen the what ingredients we're looking for.
Yeah, sure. Val will hand it over.
Do we have a place that we already can see that in?
I shared it in Discord.
We can. I'll find it and pin it.
It's not something that's really going to be helpful right now, but like I don't feel like you need to look at it right now. But yeah, so Val goes, oh, well, thank you for the information.
Oh, you're very welcome.
Um,
I'm interested in the formula that you're concocting.
it's to make ink for a spell scroll.
Oh. Oh, well, I'm afraid I don't have any experience to help you with that. Sorry. But yeah, that's what I know about those two plants.
Yeah, it's a divine spell. My brother was infected with lycanthropy, so.
Oh, I'm terribly sorry. You've tried the endurance method for lycanthropy?
Yes. Yeah, I mean, we've given him Wolfsbane and kept him calm, but that can
Oh,
it only lasts so
there's
long.
another trick. Okay, so first of all, he has to be, he has to, of course, not accepted to being a werewolf. Otherwise, none of it'll work. But, and of course, this doesn't work all the time. But you'll want to give him, and she gives you the exact quantity of wolfsbane tea that balances between pushing the wolf down and killing him. So in between that, she tells you the right amount, but to do that, and she says, and you have to get him tired, like he has to be exhausted all the time. And if you could do that for a month, this will help. At the very least, it suppresses it. Sometimes it cures it. The other thing I've heard is that if you, I don't have any personal experience with this, but if you kill the one that made the werewolf, that cures it sometimes.
Yeah, unfortunately, we don't know.
That's unfortunate. Not that they usually stick their heads in public.
No. And keeping a 10-year-old boy exhausted all the time would be. Well, anyway.
I understand it. None of it is easy, and I do understand. It's there are werewolves in the woods nearby here, which is one of the reasons we keep the walls secure. It's dangerous, so I very much understand.
Yeah, I doubt it was the same ones. I'm from Immol, so.
Oh, yeah, it's probably not the same ones then, yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I'm not really, maybe they have big ranges. I don't know. I haven't really met one that wanted to talk.
I haven't either. My friend Lilina is very good with plants too.
Oh.
If you need any.
A lovely supply.
Do you have some with you? Because she'd be happy to trade some.
No, I haven't been to my garden in a long time.
Okay. Do you need some then? I have some extras of a few things.
Yeah, that would be lovely.
Oh, of course, for a friend of Hannah, no problem. and she gets you basically enough for one herbalism kit.
Oh, beautiful. Thank you so much.
Astrid's going to just be casually looking around at all the stuff that she has in the shop.
It's not really a shop; it's just her house.
It's her house.
Yeah.
But like any of the like leaves or ground up, any of that, and just not so much like I am looking for whatever, but just if she happens to notice anything that would be for a negative effect on people rather than like healing.
Not that she's aware of. Everything that looks in here is a very healing oriented kind of thing. So none of the stuff your uncle gathers.
Yeah. Kiki. She'll like relax a little bit at that as well. Just like, okay.
Hannah knows that mostly what she does is make poultices and midwifery. So.
So Krityana, I've been pulled into a bit of a quest outside of Kretsk, and
like in the stories.
Unfortunately, so I'm not sure when I'll be back. And if I do come back, I don't know if I'll be able to stay for very long. So I just wanted to thank you for all that you've done for me again, and I'm really glad Ilya's back, and
Me too.
I hope things go well.
She gives you a hug as long as she'll take it.
Yeah.
And she says quietly, "I've always known that you're meant to do something. Since the day I met you."
Thank you. I think.
All right.
Then I guess we'll be off unless anyone. This is where I've been basically living outside of Valaki, so.
Okay.
Astrid?
Huh?
Do you have something to say?
No, Heather was gonna ask, do we know if we're now trying to just leave and head straight to Immel, or if we're gonna try and go up to the Abbey?
Well, I was gonna say after stepping outside, we'd have what do we want to do next? We have to talk to Isaac, we have to find ingredients to cure people. There's the Abbey. What do we want to prioritize doing first?
Is there anything that's on that document that Astrid would know her family would have that would be difficult to just find?
Not really.
Okay, cool.
Oh, and then also, the missing servants, Stella is locked away, XYZ things.
As we leave, Val will turn to Lilina and say, if it's not too much of a problem, if you see another raven, could you ask it to send a letter?
I look around.
There's lots of ravens, but not anyone nearby, so you can hear them a lot. So
We can look for one later.
Okay.
So what do we want to do first? Or it sounds like we will go back to Valaki for the very least, so Emma can confront Isaac. But just know if we do that, we probably won't be allowed back into town.
That'll be the last time.
Yes, and we also have.
I could go alone.
Emma,
No,
we can't let you go alone.
No.
Hear me out. Just so it doesn't implicate all of you.
no.
And should it not work, I can run.
That
She'll,
isn't the best plan.
Astrid will walk over and like pat him on the shoulder, but very like, no.
I
No.
need answers.
Yeah.
Yes, but not alone.
Well, you guys keep
you
saying he
wanna
would curse
confirm-
me, so if he's gonna curse me, why wouldn't he have already done it?
Perhaps Elena
Could.
could turn into a spider and go into his house and see what else he has in his house. Give us some clues as to what he's doing when
Steal
he's
all
doing.
the dolls.
Yes.
Steal
I
the.
can't carry that many dolls.
No. You just carry one and you bring it to the window and you drop it. And you go over and you carry another and you bring it over to the window.
That would take months.
No?
Well, we don't
how
know how
slow are you
often
as a
he got the
spider?
dolls.
I can only do it so often, or else I would literally be a cat all the time.
I'm talking one trip. Like
Yeah.
just.
Do you think I can carry a doll as a spider?
No. I'm just saying, not even take the dolls. If you take the dolls, the first person they're gonna blame are the outsiders. So probably not a good idea. But just see if there is anything you can tell us what he's doing with those dolls inside, since you seem to know a lot about this kind of magic.
If I get caught, I'm stuck. Just so you.
Just as a spider, just stay as a spider. Perhaps maybe we could even create a distraction in town or something, or make a false report of someone doing something terrible, breaking malicious unhappiness.
My point was, but people still kill spiders or attempt to. If he tries to do that to me,
we just make
I
sure
will
he's
no
not
longer
in
be
there.
a spider. Yeah, we have to make sure he's not in there.
Right.
Again, not alone. As I hit my earbuds. I do want to talk to the abbot.
People don't really go up there.
Yeah, but we have a wedding dress we could bring him.
I also want to talk to the abbot.
I think most of us do.
Outvoted here?
Yeah.
Are you talking to the abbot?
We are here. We could deliver the dress to him. And
Okay.
I am a healer.
We are not going inside. Not today. We are not strong enough to face whatever terrible things are in there.
How do you know? We don't even know what's in there.
What if he invites us inside?
Do you know what's in there?
I don't, but I know what people say, and
what do people say?
Just what you heard at the manor. But everyone
he's the best looking man that this woman's ever seen and doesn't
not
age.
that was news to me, but just that people who are that powerful and strange, if they don't just get left alone because what am I trying to say? I need caffeine.
If he's that good looking, he'd have friends.
No,
genuinely.
That's a fair point. I hadn't considered that, but I'm saying that people who are that different and scary to people often don't live very long unless they're very powerful in this world.
So I think that's the first thing you and I have agreed on all day.
So we deliver the dress. Emmerich speaks to him. Honestly, I want to see him more than talk to him.
He might not even come out.
And if he does not, then we do not break in. Looks at Lilina. But if he does, and he invites us in, go in and see what is there. And if it's something we cannot tackle, then we do not make a fuss. But if it is...
The moment things go south, we are leaving. Can we all agree that? I'm, just leaving.
If anybody wants me to be anything other than me today, I need a nap.
No, you're okay, Lilena. Just stay with the group, please. And that applies to everyone.
Yes.
Yes. Okay? All right.
You know you're ordering us about, right? I know your nobility, but...
I am sorry.
Yeah, it's been a little...
It's a little much.
Bossy.
Yeah.
I just, I really don't want anyone to get hurt, that's all.
I will reiterate, I am in fact a healer.
I will also reiterate,
things.
I've been dead and it's not that bad.
Well...
She just gives you a look. I will say we are not in Vallaki. And so there is a different status quo here. But this town needs answers, and if we can get them, great. And if we can't face it, then we don't, and we add it to our list.
Okay.
Do you have the dress on you still, or do they have it now?
They have the dress.
All right.
So
We should go back and get it.
okay.
Okay, so you go back there. They really don't want to give you the dress to go up there.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I mean, fair enough.
Hannah's not gonna push it. She doesn't want to go up there.
They really think that for their own protection and for the protection of the town, they need to hold it until he comes and retrieves it.
Was that the bargain you made with him?
Yes. We find it, we bring it back, we wait for him to come get it. Or make it. He didn't really care as long as it was real.
So, since everyone seems to want to go up there anyways, we could still just go up there, unfortunately.
Unfortunately.
It
We
sounds
go-
like he's the type of person you need to talk to him on his terms. Or
Yeah.
be ready for a fight. Especially a guy controlling a house full of restless spirits. He can do whatever that he wants with them. It's probably best if we just let it go if we have to meet on his terms for now.
Oh, so we're not going up there? I thought we...
If he's willing to threaten the Baron and Baroness of this town by saying, "Don't even bring me a dress. I don't want it until I come and get it," he probably doesn't want to knock on his front door.
That's what I was trying to say.
But that was before we knew that we had to leave it here and they had to pick it up.
Yeah.
And it was life or
Yeah.
death, or else
all of
somebody's
us
getting
were on the
stabbed.
understanding that it was like we could deliver it, but if we can't even deliver it without him, having a problem with that, this is not the time to push it. But it also definitely means that we're gonna come back.
It definitely means that at some point we are going to push it.
Push it good.
Is it really good? Anyway.
So I guess we head back to Happy Home.
What are we going to do first there?
Well, if I can find a way to send a letter to my father of this tea, about this tea, that would be useful.
And so then I think the next thing is to figure out how to get the spell scroll created, and then
Check things off our list, yeah.
yeah,
That's gonna take a long time.
because so what do we also still have Madame Ava's prophecy, and we haven't even begun to touch on those tasks yet. So what, as characters, what other things did we need to tackle?
We need a library. We need a town with a decent library, which is probably in a mole.
It is.
Does Lalina know of any of the where we could find any of the things on the list for the werewolf cure?
Just a second. I sometimes I don't remember what I wrote on there, so give me a second.
Because my thought is, if we head towards a mole, look for library, look for information, Astrid's just helping y'all with whatever you need to. Her literal goal is taking down Strahd.
Well, again, we have Emmerich's doll thing and the missing servants and the locked up person, which are two optional things. But those I think would make more sense to hit first.
Oh shit, that's okay.
Gonna pass through Valaki anyways, so.
And then there's the wedding and the people to help in Orshnag or whatever the hell.
Orshnau.
No,
Yeah.
I'm never gonna be able to say that one right.
It's okay.
Orshnau.
So I take back what I said earlier to Astrid. The Vistachiri is a little songbird that traditionally follows Vistani troops. So you can usually find them That's
Okay.
one of the things in the list. So at the camp or nearby, if you can corral one.
And which direction is Immel? Is it back past the Vistani camp again, past Vallaki,
Back
or
to
is it
Immel,
still up?
where
Immel is like a week
On the
out
other-
from
yeah.
Barovia.
yeah,
Okay.
it's a very long trip over.
So yeah, take care of stuff in Vallaki and then go that direction.
But like Imol's the only place that would have a decent library around here if we need to research anything.
Well, yeah, but if the other tasks are,
We could always go to Castle Ravenloft.
Oh my god.
Hey, can we use your library? Thanks.
You totally have one for sure.
You know,
You hoard your
We'll
wealth.
trade you this Strahd puppet.
mhm.
Yeah, we get a little puppet
Look,
of
we
you.
love you.
No.
We're biggest fan.
Hannah's father also has a nice library.
Yeah, well, we know how that goes. We'll have to kill him too for it.
So we can just do all the things in Vallaki, overthrow Hannah's father, and then we can use the library.
Yeah.
But
Problem solved.
genuinely, I think we should go. If Immel is very far out, we should go back to Vallaki and at least try and gauge what's going on, because we just know that you have 2 servants that are missing and a friend that has quote unquote gone crazy. And so we can, and then we also have the thing with, like, I think we need to do a reconnaissance, but not, right in the moment when we were all and go back and try and get some information and figure out what's going on with those, and then either go, yep, these are things that we can and want to and will tackle now, or
Right.
nope, we're going to need to come back to these as well, and then go to Immel and throughout all of this try and gather the things we need for
So whenever people
the
talk
spell
about going
scroll.
back to Immel, Val looks a little uncomfortable but doesn't say anything.
Mhm.
Yeah, but that's what I was saying, because like we need, like the stuff in Valaki's kind of pressing and right there anyways. It's only a 2-hour walk, so
Mhm.
and we agreed about going back anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
And
I
we
think
gotta keep a good eye on Irina.
Hi, we were gone a day. We just wanted to make sure you were good.
Leave me alone.
I think I asked the wrong question when I asked you if there was things on this list that we could find. Do I know where we can find things to make the thing?
I mean, in the wilds, that would be the answer. For most of these things, in the woods somewhere.
I wouldn't know somebody who has these things already.
I'm double checking again the reason.
Would she know perhaps like in a more specific wilds?
Let's see.
Astrid will point out that the birds
Like
are
up
ones that
north,
should
or-
be able to be found near the camp.
Okay,
East
so let me go through
Vale.
each of the things. You don't particularly know where you'd find a white elk or a wisent, except that they are in the forest wilderness of Barovia. Elks are a little more common, but both of those are pretty rare in Barovia. So they would be in, the wisent would be probably in the valley to the, what am I saying? 1 second. Probably more likely either south of Vallaki or around the Barovian Valley, the village valley of Barovia, because it is they're more of a land creature, like a flatland creature. But an elk, but the way it's read kind of implies that if you find any large hoofed mammal that's white, it could be anyway. So
Or similar creature.
or similar creature, right?
So
Elk
a
would be.
cow? Are there cows in?
There are cows,
Or a
and if-
horse, like a white stallion, maybe.
perhaps.
A
If,
But you said
unicorn.
south of
That
Vallaki, and then the bird can be found near the
Vistani
camp.
mhm, right.
And then
The hawthorn bushes can be found near rivers, in lowlands.
What-
And then obviously the pure water is from the river itself. And Liliana is very familiar with the Luna River. Let's see. Uh, as far as you know, you can buy a sheepskin bag in town. Um, uh, a blessing, probably Emmer could handle that. Um,
Can we buy the sheepskin like in this town, or would we need to go back to Valaki?
No,
They
to
don't sell things
Valaki.
here.
They don't sell
Okay.
things here. So, yeah, more to Valaki.
In
And
the light of day until it's dry. You gotta go to the top of a mountain for that. There's no light here.
Vervain and dill are both common garden herbs, so that's no problem to find in anybody's garden. In fact, Elena could probably tell you exactly which gardens in Valaki have vervain and dill.
Probably one of those things were in the garden being
Uh-huh.
Val watered the
Yep.
other night.
Nobody knows where you're going to find powdered silver. Except that to tell you that Astrid knows that her family has a coin grinder. So if you happen to find some coins, you can grind it into powdered silver.
Does she happen to know in whose caravan that would be?
Oh yeah,
Like,
that's
is that-
Aragal's. Yeah. I mean, they probably have silver there too, but you know, whether they'll give it to you or not, it's another question.
Everything with her family in her mind is like, we're in either direction. As she told Emmerich, like, I don't even know that I'm doing anything yet. But when they do.
Val knows where to find the blood roses.
Yes.
Okay.
And then you don't know offhand who makes vials. I mean, you have to ask around. There's not anybody in Valaki or Kretsk that is specifically a glassmaker, a glazier.
Yeah, maybe something we get in a mole though too.
I think Val would know if there were glass makers in Imol.
Not anybody that does it solely as their business.
But somebody that could.
However, you do all know that the wine that everybody drinks comes in glass bottles. So
Probably the winery.
We need wine anyway.
Okay.
all right.
So definitely, as we head back towards Valaki, try and gather a couple of the ingredients on the way. And then reconnaissance, I think, is what we need to start with.
On
Servants, on friend, on captain of the guard, to try and get more than just they disappeared. And also how to do it where it's not just, hey, Lilina, be spider and go over there. Hey, Lilina, be spider and go over there.
At some point, I'll be able to be a bird.
Well, yeah, but that way we cover more ground, and it's also you not on your own, and it's also not roleplay wise, literally just you doing the thing.
That's fair. That is fair.
Astrid is not just going to sit to the side. She's going to figure out to do something, and hopefully it's helpful.
I thought I heard you say my name.
No.
Okay, but
I sang I'm like a bird. That's all I did.
Oh. Okay.
Now I'm going to have that song in my head.
My job here is done.
All of a sudden I had two little birds.
I don't really know that song.
Window. And they told me they don't need to wear me. Anyway.
All right. So, you guys are headed back to Valaki, correct?
Yep.
Okay. So, the trip back to Valaki is almost uneventful. And then, right when you get near town,
I can't believe you've done this.
what?
Nothing. Just go ahead.
The reference.
Yeah, I'm ignorant. Right when you get near town, of a stunning woman on a horse, it doesn't look like they're heading towards you, but then she sees Astrid, and she immediately rides towards Astrid, and she's kind of breathless, and says, Astrid, it's good to see you. It's Arabelle. She's missing.
And who is the woman?
This is your cousin Tilda. I'm going to show you a handout.
Hot. God. Hot. Oh my God.
Okay, yeah, no, you're right.
Family is.
Mm-hmm.
There are so many times in my day I realize how bi I am. This is one of them.
Is she cold?
And is this whose kid is this?
Arabelle, this is Luvash's kid.
No.
Oh, whose
Tilda.
kid is this? This is like,
Second cousin or something?
yeah, like great-grandparents,
Okay.
you know, related to. None of them are still alive, but they're related in that way. And we're going to end it on that cliffhanger, so... Because I love you.
At least it wasn't a cliffhanger I was expecting for Lilina, so that's great.
No, it's just honestly something that I expected the first trip that we were in. Valaki, but it wasn't that someone was going to tell me that she was missing, it's that I was going to see her in the town and be like,
Guess we gotta go.
All right.
Get the kids out of there.
All right, so
Bring the kids.
thank you everybody who watched or is going to watch, and anybody else got anything interesting to say or they want to share?
I hate dolls.
that's all I got.
No, thank you, everyone.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys.
All right, and
Oh my goodness.
we are